Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's time for Sports 56 Middays with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. The first hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by Action247.com. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
I got a piece of land out in the countryside. Lay back and smell the sun. Warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends.
Big day, big night here in Memphis. Welcome into Sports 56 Middays, the happiest of hump days to you and yours. It's the Wednesday, May 19th, 2021 edition of Sports 56 Middays. Greg Gaston, Eli Savoy, and Gabe Kuhn. We're in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Go out there and check out what they have to offer. It's always a fun visit when I head on over to Family Leisure. You can enjoy that same experience. The first hour of the program brought to you by Action 24/7. There will be action on the FedEx Forum court tonight as the Grizzlies will host their first ever play-in game. Hopefully the season won't come to a screeching halt tonight as they take on the San Antonio Spurs. Also tonight, the Lakers and the Warriors. That's a huge play-in game with the 7th spot in the Western Conference playoffs up for grabs. We had 2 games last night, not real competitive, but we will discuss that on the program today. Plenty of Grizzlies talk. Baseball, yet another no-hitter was thrown, and a superstar in Major League Baseball is going to be on the shelf for 6 to 8 weeks. And what the hell is Tony La Russa doing? Also today, plenty of PGA Championship talk as the golf world's second major gets underway tomorrow from Kiowa Island and the Ocean Course, the PGA Championship. Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC will join us at 11:05 to preview it. At 11:30, we'll have our 5 favorite things segment. Today, it's your 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks. So get those lists in. You can do so via the First Bank text line at 901-360-8255. If you're watching us live, you can message us with your lists on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and on the website at sports56whbq.com. The text line is also the phone line, the First Bank phone line, if you want to call in at 360-8255. At 12:05, for all you Hogs fans out there, Sam Pittman, yes, sir, he will be joining us, the head football coach of the Razorbacks. Of course, yesterday, the big announcement that Arkansas and Texas will play on September 11th on ESPN. Huge game for the Razorbacks, and the Longhorns will be the second game for the Razorbacks as they will open up with Rice, but we'll talk to Sam about that. And then at 12:30, it'll be our 3-man scramble as Jay Hasselman will join us from Edwin Watts. We do it every Wednesday. We'll make our picks for the PGA Championship. That is one busy show. Eli, how are you?
I am good here this play-in Wednesday.
Good. We all should be good. It's a good night. It's a good day, but hopefully it will be a good night for the Grizzlies.
Something struck me last night with the Celtics Wizards game, with the Celtics winning and getting, clinching a spot in the postseason. Mm-hmm. If this was Major League Baseball, they would have had a champagne celebration last night.
Yes, every round.
It's just
a wild
funny.
card game, a divisional championship.
You clinch a playoff spot, you have a champagne celebration. I wonder if this was Major League Baseball, if they would have had a champagne celebration when they clinched the spot in the play-in, because play-in's a little in between there for baseball. They don't. It's you celebrate when you clinch a spot in the playoffs, but would you celebrate when you clinch a spot in the play-in?
Yes, you're talking baseball. They celebrate everything. They must have a great deal with the champagne company because they use it a lot and they waste it a lot. But there won't be any celebrating tonight. If the Grizzlies can win, that earns them another game on Friday.
They'll be celebrating.
Well, they won't be celebrating with champagne is what I'm saying. Friday, they would play the loser of Golden State and Los Angeles, the Lakers, as they will play tonight in L.A. The winner gets the 7th seed in the Western Conference. Then the winner of tonight will play the loser, as I mentioned, on Friday. That winner gets the 8th seed. This is the first postseason game for the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum since 2017. We've talked about it all week long. They're going to have a little festive activity outside on the plaza, but you have to wear your mask on the plaza because I did not know that is an extension of FedEx Forum. I knew it was part of the property, but I didn't know being outside you'd still have to wear your mask, but you do. I would imagine tickets are still available. We're talking around 7,000 for the capacity, or 40% of FedEx Forum. The growl towels are going to be back as well, so hopefully it will be a playoff-type atmosphere. I have no idea how many tickets they've sold to this point. Your inside information, any noise on that?
I have not asked anybody or investigated that at all.
I would be very surprised if they got 7,000. I just think people are still a little hesitant to come back right now, probably thinking, I'm going to watch it on television. We'll be back in the fall. But I hope that they get it because John Moran has come out on social media and Jaren Jackson Jr. and how they want their fans in the stands to help them get past the Spurs. The Spurs and the Grizzlies have played 3 times. We talked about this yesterday with Bill Land, the voice of the Spurs. 3 times this season, and the Grizzlies have won twice. John Moran has had some big games against them. The Spurs are a bottom 5 team in shooting threes, so it's not like they're going to light you up, or at least they shouldn't light you up. How they will defend John Morant will be interesting. And Grayson Allen, in the latest injury report for the Grizzlies, is questionable with the abdominal soreness. So we could possibly see Grayson Allen.
I would say that normally with Grizzlies designations, that usually means he's going to play. And if he does,
the questionable usually leads to playing.
Yes. And that if he does, that brings the question. The questionable part of that is: does he start? Does he come off the bench? What do they do lineup wise if Grayson Allen is back?
I think he starts.
In place of who?
I think Kyle Anderson would come off the bench for the first time this season.
You're going to bring Kyle off the bench for the first time this season in the play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what they will do. I am intrigued to see.
The second team has not been the same since Jaren Jackson Jr.'s return and Justice Winslow, and we know what happened there. The chemistry was not there, and it hasn't been found. And as far as the wing position, Desmond's still done a nice job. D'Anthony Melton was a non-factor in the game in San Francisco, and the three-point shooting was abysmal. So why not put Grayson back in there where he's been most of the season and see if he can have a hot hand coming off the injury, if he does indeed play?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, they love Grayson, so I would not be surprised at all that they insert him right back into the starting lineup. They love themselves some Grayson Allen.
Looking for some amazing Grayson tonight.
That's, but I don't know. That'll be. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts in place of Jaren goes to the bench. Wouldn't be surprised if he starts and Kyle goes to the bench, and wouldn't be surprised if he comes off the bench. I really don't know what they will do with him.
Grizzlies-Warriors game from Sunday, according to a report I saw, most watched NBA game on final day of the regular season since 2016. And ESPN's top game outside of Christmas games.
Not a surprise. It was a big game. You got the Warriors with Steph, who was going for the scoring title, all of that. You had the lead-in with the Knicks-Celtics. So they had a very nice little setup for that.
Yeah, unfortunately for the national audience, the Grizzlies laid an egg. May get that opportunity again to play the Warriors on Friday. In fact, I think there's a good chance. I'm not sold on the Grizzlies coming away with the win tonight. They're a 4-point favorite. I would lean toward the Grizzlies winning. They've beaten the Spurs 2 out of 3.
But the road team has won all 3 games.
But the road team has won all 3. So that's another factor when you're thinking about the game tonight. And look, it's Popovich. Popovich is dialing up something. Pop doesn't always win, but he wins an awful lot. This doesn't have the same feel as back in the day when the Grizzlies' first postseason appearance was against the Spurs and they got swept, and then later down Years later, they upset the Spurs. They've had a great history. I think I heard Wolo say yesterday, 24 meetings in the playoffs between these two franchises. So this will be number 25. 25 games.
They've played a lot, but this is a different Spurs team for the most part than those teams that they played so many times.
Well, like I said yesterday, the Grizzlies have had a pretty solid season, but I think it ends on a really disappointing note if they lose to the Spurs. Again, this is not Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. The Grizzlies had a better regular season record. That's why they are hosting this game. And they won 2 out of 3 during the regular season. The Grizzlies should win this game. And if they lose, it's going to be disappointing. If they win, then they're going to be a dog on Friday going back out to the West Coast, whether it be San Francisco or Los Angeles, and they lose that game. That's predictable. And I would not be disappointed because that's what the expectations are. Could they go out there and win? Yes, but I think they'd have obviously a better shot at Golden State because they played horribly and still took a lead late in that game, and Steph went off, but they didn't hit any threes. If they had their three-point shooting down, maybe if they had a rematch on Friday, they could win. The Lakers, I don't think so. And I know the Lakers have been injured, but I expect the Lakers tonight to play well and to take care of Golden State with LeBron back and Anthony Davis, and I'd be surprised if Golden State won that game. So that's what we're looking at, the possibility on Friday, but the Grizzlies have to take care of business tonight.
By the way, you mentioned that that game on Sunday, the most watched game on the final day of the regular season since 2016, which that 2016 game, well, there was 2 actual games that night, but the 2016 that beat it was
Grizzlies
and
Spurs.
No, Warriors.
Did not know that.
It was Warriors' 73rd win.
Oh, okay.
So the Grizzlies
Historic
Warriors,
season,
Grizzlies
right.
Warriors on the final day of the regular season. I mean, the NBA should just put that in every year. Grizzlies Warriors, final day of the regular season. People like to watch it.
How much difference do you think it will be in the numbers, the TV ratings, between the Grizzlies and the Spurs and the Lakers and the Warriors tonight? And the Lakers and the Warriors, left coast game, late for the East Coast folks and for the Central time zone.
The part of it is the fact that you got the late game for some folks. But no, I mean, obviously there's going to be way more interest. I don't know how much different the numbers will be with the doubleheader because you're going to get people that tune in, at least towards the end of the Grizzlies game because they're waiting for that game to come on. So I don't know how big it'll be, but there will be a difference, obviously, in interest between these two games.
Last night, the 2 playing games, there was a lot of talk about the underdogs. And yesterday, and I told you before the show, I thought the Pacers were going to rip the Hornets, and then I heard the injury report that you were going over with the Pacers, and I thought, they could be in trouble even though they're hosting the Hornets. Well, they weren't in trouble. They rolled. They couldn't miss a shot. I don't know if that was a good way to kick off the play-in section of the season or segment of the season because it was an absolute blowout. But the Pacers won 144 to 117. Earlier in the day, they had gotten the news that Caris LeVert was out. Caris LeVert. But Domantas Sabonis, as I thought, would be dominant. 14 points, 21 rebounds, and 9 assists. So he was a helper away from a triple-double. LaMelo Ball was a minus 35 out there on the court. Totaled 14 points. They had no answer for Sabonis. And then everybody else for McDermott. McDermott still hasn't missed, it seems like. All their guys were hitting shots.
O'Shea Brissett.
My gosh. I loved him when he was a backup quarterback for the Colts. But man, oh man, he made his presence felt. And so the Pacers win, and they move into the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. No, they don't. No, that's the Celtics do.
Celtics are 7th.
Yeah, but the Pacers now
advance to play again.
Exactly.
For the Pacers-Hornets game, if I saw one more tweet about how the Pacers were setting play-in tournament records, I was going to delete my Twitter. I mean, my gosh, I don't know how many of those jokes I saw.
Well, I mean, a lot of them were. A lot of it was.
The other game was Boston and the Wizards. Of course, Boston having recently lost Jaylen Brown. The Wizards have been playing very well with Russell Westbrook with the triple-doubles and all that jazz. And Bradley Beal, the question would be whether or not he was 100% healthy. He only went for 22 points, and holding Bradley Beal to 22 is some pretty good defense by Boston. And Jason Tatum went absolutely bonkers. 50 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and a perfect 17 for 17 from the free throw line. Beal with the 22 on 10 of 25 shooting, and the Celtics beat the Wizards 118-100. So the Celtics get the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Gabe, you know what Jason Tatum did last night?
He set a play-in record.
He broke Ja Morant's play-in record for points in a game.
Well. Impressive.
Anybody going to surpass Tatum tonight?
Ja held that record for a season, so congratulations to him.
Anybody going to get past 50? 50? I should say 50 tonight?
I don't. Curry might, because he might have to try and keep them in that game, but Tatum was awesome. 17 to 17 at the free throw line. I don't care what level. Like you're 17 to 17. That's incredible.
It is.
And the combination of Westbrook and Beal were outside the lane. They were a combined 3 for 19.
Wow.
He couldn't knock down, and Westbrook 1 for 8 on jumpers, which again is the issue that he has. Is that he continues to take them, but yeah, it was.
You expect Beal to be better though. But maybe the injury was a factor.
Beal normally is. Beal was 2 of 11 outside the lane. Like that normally is not going to be Bradley Beal. He needs to knock down jumpers.
Right.
He was not able to do so, and Tatum was just absolutely incredible. It's there wasn't a whole lot of intrigue in those 2 games. With this whole playing thing, like they got lucky as far as the teams are concerned in a lot of ways. But the intrigue on night 1 was not really there for the NBA.
Well, let me ask you, does that hurt? We don't know for sure that the play-in's returning next season. We think it probably will, and maybe will be here to stay. But you had a 27.
I think the league will probably want it. I don't know that they could convince the players. They got to explain why the players are going to make a lot more money off of it.
So you don't think the league had any issues that these games were not even close? 27-point game, 18-point game. That makes no difference. It will make a difference in TV ratings possibly, and that's part of where you're going to have to try and explain how we're going to get more money is the TV and money and extra money from TV, all that stuff. So I mean, it certainly could have an effect if there's really low numbers and there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of interest from the people in these games. Then it becomes even harder to try and go to your players and say, we should play these games every year. All right. When we come back, love to hear from you on the First Bank phone line at 360-8255. First Bank phone lines are available. And you can also hit us up on the First Bank text line. Same number, 901-360-8255. Thoughts on the Grizzlies and the Spurs tonight in the first ever play-in game at FedEx Forum. Also, when we return, got some college basketball news from yesterday. A lot of baseball to get into, including another no-no. And a terrific story for a Memphian who played college football at Navy. As we continue on Middays right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5. I do want to tell you about Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. If you're setting up your lunch schedule for today, you don't know what you're going to do yet, how about Corky's? Or for dinner tonight, whether it be dining in or taking out, Corky's is a Memphis staple. Over 30 years serving Memphians and Mid-Southerners, voted the #1 barbecue restaurant in Memphis a whopping 22 times. Delicious barbecue. They fired up in their Corky's hickory and charcoal pits, their pork shoulder and ribs, their beef and chicken. They have terrific sides and their world-famous onion loaf. Check out their lunch specials. They always have lunch specials as well. 4 Mid-South locations, Poplar Avenue in East Memphis, Poplar Avenue in Collierville, Germantown Parkway in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Like I said, you can dine in, you can carry out. Have Corky's cater an event. If that's something you're thinking about, contact Corky's to ask about their catering services. You can shop online, have Corky's deliver their delicious barbecue anywhere in the United States. A Corky's gift card always makes a great gift. Corky's Ribs and Barbecue open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Just getting underway on a hump day, Wednesday edition of Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkhammer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. Thinking about buying a newer used car or truck? Remember, the selection's better and the savings are bigger at Sunrise. Over 600 new cars and trucks to choose from. Factory rebates up to $8,000. Interest low as 0%. Bad credit, it's okay. At Sunrise, we've got financing for everybody. SunriseMemphis.com. Where saving your money is just a way of doing business. Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. We make it fun to buy a car again. Check out the all-new Sunrise Truck Corral. Huge selection of nothing but trucks. All makes, all models, all prices, all trucks, all the time. Next to Sunrise Wolf Chase.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Have you ever wondered what's inside your air ducts? Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you are one of many who suffers from bad allergies, especially in the Mid-South, and would like to improve the indoor air quality of your home, then Choate's Air Duct Cleaning could be a solution for you and your family. Air duct cleaning has been proven to help people with allergies and other respiratory issues by removing buildup of debris from your home's air supply. Air duct cleaning will also help eliminate dust from building up in your house, therefore, you don't have to dust as much either. And air duct cleaning is also shown to help improve the performance of your air conditioning and heating system. Choate's is the name you can trust for all your indoor air quality needs. So call Choate's today at 755-4797 or visit our website at choateshvac.com to schedule a free video inspection to help you breathe a little easier. And remember, Choate's. Let our family serve your family.
You looking for a ride equipped with family fun for everyone? We got it at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike during the Jeep Freedom Days and Memorial Day sales event. 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $23,990 or $299 a month. 2021 Dodge Charger XST, $31,110 or $399 a month. 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sport, $335 a month. And 2021 Fiat 500X Pop All-Wheel Drive, $24,490 or $329 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1900 Covington Pike or shop online. GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, 75 months at 4.15% APR, 500X, MP 8982, MSRP 27885, Renegade MPM 44788, MSRP 26240, Charger SXT, MH 561998, MSRP 33110, Wrangler MW 725203, MSRP 33610, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax out on license, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Like a coin in your mint, I am tempted.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by Action247.com. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Take me to the pilot for control. Take me to the pilot of your soul.
Welcome back, everyone. 10:25 the time. Hour number one here on Sports 56 Middays. Big show today. Tomorrow, by the way, one of our guests you probably know pretty well from watching his videos if you are a fan of the SEC. Joshua Sneed, who has helped create and has acted in these SEC shorts. I think most of you know what I'm talking about. He will be joining us on the program tomorrow at 11:25. So I'm very interested to have him on to talk about the origin and how it all came together and just how they come up with these creative ideas. So Adam Schefter tweeted out yesterday, and Gabe, you had retweeted it. I think this is fantastic. Buccaneers undrafted free agent cornerback Cameron Kinley, who I had mentioned the other day that he had an interception of Kyle Trask during the minicamp, the Buccaneers minicamp over the weekend. But he's from Memphis, is set to give a commencement speech at the Naval Academy graduation, along with presenting a gift to Vice President Kamala Harris. I mean, that is, you just tip your cap to somebody like Cameron Kinley and what that kid is accomplishing at his young age.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
So dang impressive just to think about him coming out of Lausanne and where he's gone from there, and at Navy how hard it is to catch on to an NFL team, and he's done that. so far. All the reviews from rookie minicamp have been fantastic. Picked off Kyle Trask day one, so just shouts out to him.
Look, it's hard to make that particular roster because most of the guys are back from last year's Super Bowl winning team. However, you make some noise the way he's making it, then perhaps even if it's not Tampa Bay, somebody else takes notice and you get your chance. So, and there's no more than 5 years for Naval or for Service Academy athletes. They don't have to wait out the 5 years like they used to. Roger Staubach and all that. I believe Staubach had to, but David Robinson didn't, did he? Did they change that rule for – I don't believe Robinson had to wait those years, but he used to have to wait, and so now you don't. So I wish and we certainly all do, wish Cameron Kinley the best. But what a great honor to be able to give that commencement speech at Navy.
I got a text from Ron. Says, if the Grizzlies bring the intensity tonight, they will win. They are the better team. And I would agree. They are the better team. I don't think there's any doubt they're the better team.
If they don't bring the intensity, there's a problem. Okay? If there's no sense of urgency, there's a problem. Right? Wouldn't you agree? If they come out lackadaisical, there is a problem.
I think a lot of times in sports, like a team loses a game, you thought they're going to win, and it's the easy, like, well, they were lackadaisical. They didn't play hard. Well, I mean, they're going to play hard. They're going to come out intense. Now, they might miss a bunch of shots.
Right.
And lose the game. That doesn't mean that they lost because they didn't bring the intensity. It may just mean that they couldn't knock down any shots.
Exactly. You can come out there and just struggle with your execution. But getting back on defense, losing out on 50-50 balls continually, that's the sign of a team that's not playing their hardest. And I can't imagine for a second a professional basketball team in a do-or-die situation would come out and not come out with guns a-blazing. Doesn't mean they'll win. But I agree with Ron that if they play to their capability, they are the better team. That's why I said tomorrow, if they lose tonight, I will be talking about how disappointing it was. But if they win and they lose Friday, on Monday, I won't be talking about a disappointing loss because they're expected to win tonight. They are the favorites. Vegas has them as a 4-point favorite. That line has gone from 3 to 3.5 to 4. But Friday, they will be an underdog. Doesn't mean they can't win Friday. Doesn't mean they'll even get there because they can lose tonight. But you are going up against one of the greatest coaches that's ever coached at this level in Greg Popovich. And he will design a really nifty game plan. But this is not Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker.
I'm interested to see how Ja comes out because last year in that play-in game, he was the aggressive Ja, went for 35, like you could tell. And so, what mode is Ja in tonight? I think could go a long way to deciding it as well.
Yes, but it will be. I can guarantee you, and I would be shocked if it wasn't. Ultra aggressive Ja. Now, you were saying yesterday with the Spurs using Jacob Podol in the middle, maybe they won't have to clog it up as much, so there will be more of a defense that comes out to the perimeter and tries to defend Ja from getting into the lane, as opposed to Golden State just allowing him to shoot the threes and miss the threes. That'll be curious to see as well, is how they defend Ja. But I can guarantee you that Ja is going to be motivated and he's going to be aggressive. Now, what other players step up? Jonas had a great game on Sunday in San Francisco. He'll have more of a formidable defense around him, Podol or whoever. But are they going to be able to make the threes? Is Grayson Allen going to play? He's questionable. Will he start? So these are things that will be answered tonight, obviously, but I think it'll be an ultra-aggressive Ja Morant. So I saw this tweet. Let me see if I can find this. From Kevon Looney. I don't know if it was a tweet or he was interviewed, but he was talking about the Warriors' offense and how well it has flowed since he's been back in that starting lineup, and Draymond Green and him are the keys to that offense. Well, Steph's obviously the key, but they are the keys to laying down solid, hard screens to get Steph open, because Steph is always moving around, and Brooks did a great job defending him. But those hard screens that those guys will lay out are just terrific. And so it was almost, even though he wasn't mentioned, a dig at the rookie, James Wiseman, out of the University of Memphis. And I cannot find this for the life of me. But basically, here it is. Me and Draymond, this is Looney talking, we know how to set screens for Steph. But with a lot of different guys playing with him, guys were struggling to set screens. And I'm telling Draymond, we've got to do better than that. So again, it's not this harsh comment about Wiseman and others before him, but it does indicate that they weren't doing a good enough job screening to get Steph and others open. And that, I think, to me, has been a knock on Wiseman. I know he only played 3 games at Memphis, but it's been a knock on Memphis as a whole. I don't know how many times I've said, these guys have to go out and screen better. Dandridge and Cisse, who was with them last year, they have to do a better job in doing that to give guys an opportunity to make plays on the offensive end. And I have not seen that. And I think Wiseman has to learn how to be a better screener. And he will with Draymond Green and Looney. But he wasn't taught that. And that's one thing I think they've lacked at Memphis is that. And I'm not saying that now in response to this. I've said it for a long time. I didn't see those hard screens just lay somebody out. I mean, legally. So I thought that was an interesting comment that Looney made, but I think it is actually right on target. From the college basketball world, ex-Louisville assistant coach and former college basketball head coach Dino Gaudio federally charged for an alleged attempt to extort the program. During an in-person interview on March 17th, Gaudio basically threatened officials that he would expose some allegations, not allegations, but some violations that he knows took place. And he was caught. And now his name is dirt in college basketball, trying to get what reports say an extra year or year and a half of salary. And that's sad. I mean, it's not like Louisville hasn't been in trouble and has been in the crossfire of the NCAA, but Gaudio tried to expose it a little bit more and benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little torn on this whole thing because if we're going to, now grant you're not supposed to do this, like threaten and use it, but if we don't think there's been college basketball coaches who have been paid to keep quiet about stuff they know about a program, we're being completely naive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it used to be where...
But most time it's just they give it to the coach because they know what he knows. Now, this one, he just had to kind of tell them what he knows, and so therefore it becomes extortion. But I mean, come on, programs have been paying guys off to be quiet for a long time.
Yeah, but it used to be where coaches would take the secrets to the grave because they felt that...
Because they were paid. They got paid.
They were paid, yes. But also, even if they were, let's say, paid... yet still completely upset with the way they were let go or treated or what have you, they weren't going to burn their bridges. Now bridges are burned or cracked in the case of Memphis all the time. So they don't worry about the repercussions because they think they'll still get second and third opportunities elsewhere. But they usually would support the school, yes, paid off, hush money, whatever you want to say, but they didn't want to burn bridges. Now they just throw it out there. They throw it out there. They do whatever they have to do. It's not everyone, obviously, but in this case, it was Dino Gaudio. All right, let's switch gears, talk a little baseball. We had a lot of news yesterday that we discussed on the show from the day prior, and there's a lot of news from last night to talk about today. First of all, while most people were sleeping, Detroit's Spencer Turnbull threw the 5th no-hitter of the season as the Tigers no-hit the Seattle Mariners 5-0. 5th no-no, as I said, not counting the Madison Bumgarner 7-inning deal. We're in mid-May, for goodness sakes. What's going on?
Yeah, it's Well, it's what's going on is this is baseball. I mean, there's
Baseball, right?
Hitting is down. The Mariners now have been no-hit twice this month. As a team, their team batting average has gone below the Mendoza line.
No.
They're hitting 199 as a team.
Are you serious? 199?
Yes. They have one player on their team that has had more than just a handful of at-bats who's hitting over 240.
Where have you gone, Ken Griffey Jr.?
And that is Mitch Haniger, who's hitting a robust 263. That's
that man a new contract.
That's their leading hitter, and he's leading by a wide margin at 263. Team batting average of 199 on May 19th. Them and the Indians now both no hit twice this year. Not only is there that's what's crazy though is not only is there 5 no hitters, they've been thrown by Joe Musgrove, Carlos Rodon, John Means, Wade Miley, and Spencer Turnbull.
Yeah, not exactly Clayton Kershaw.
Like if you would have
Max Scherzer
before the season started, if you mentioned those 5 names to the general person, even probably a casual baseball fan, they wouldn't have been able to tell you who any one of them played. Even if they knew they were baseball players, they would not have been able to tell you who any one of them plays for.
Yeah, it's sad for Means because he's a terrific pitcher, but he pitches for the Orioles.
I mean, that's like
all due respect, Drew Barrett.
This is not some all-star 5-man rotation that we're talking about here that has thrown these no hitters.
In the meantime, what's been happening with Shohei Ohtani is unreal. They got some good news and they got some really bad news yesterday, the Angels. Mike Trout is out 6 to 8 weeks with a calf strain. Horrible.
That would qualify as bad news.
That is really bad news. That's bad news for Major League Baseball. But Shohei Ohtani is great news for the Angels and great news for Major League Baseball. Yesterday, he had another home run. He leads the majors with 14 home runs. His ERA is minuscule. He's dominating on the mound, and he's dominating at the plate. And nobody has seen this since Babe Ruth.
No, it's amazing. If he can continue to do this, he is now the favorite to win the AL MVP award, which, I mean, if he keeps this up, I don't know how you could possibly not give it to him. It's incredible. And I just wonder, the pitching side, and he hasn't pitched, they don't throw him a ton of innings, all that stuff. But man, oh man, if he could continue to do that on the mound, because I think hitting wise, he's going to continue to do it. Like the guy could just flat out hit. Mm-hmm. If he continues to do this pitching wise, that's he could put up some crazy, just weird, bizarre numbers because we just don't see this anymore in baseball.
Speaking of hot players, Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals has homered in 4 straight games. He now has 10 dingers in his debut season with the Cardinals after coming over from Colorado. And then there's the situation in Chicago, not your Cubbies, but the White Sox, the Southsiders. So the White Sox are playing great. They have a stacked team. They have a 172-year-old manager in Tony La Russa, who's had a lot of success in his career. But you talk about old school. So this is what he said about – yesterday we were talking – if you listen to the show, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we were talking about Yerman Mercedes for the White Sox, who swung at a 3-0 pitch with his team up 15-4 in the 9th inning versus the Twins. It was that 47-mile-per-hour eephus pitch, and he hit a home run, which, again, I think is amazing that hitter, in this case Mercedes, can hit that ball that is thrown so slow and looped up there. Anyway, La Russa said the fact that he's a rookie and excited helps explain why he just was clueless. But now he's got a clue. And then said, big mistake. Let me see. I took several steps from the dugout on the field yelling, take, 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 La Russa recalled. The way he was set up, it looked to me like he was going to swing. I was upset because that's not the time to swing 3-0. I knew the Twins were upset. He missed a 3-0 take sign. With that kind of lead, that's just sportsmanship and respect for your opponent. We all said yesterday that what's wrong with swinging? What's wrong? He's not laying down a bunt. This is not the unwritten rule about laying down a bunt with a no-hitter in the 9th inning. This is the guy swinging at a 3-0 pitch. And again, to catch up, not to catch up, but to just be able to lay back and wait for this Ephus pitch to come down and hit it out of the park is pretty amazing. But is La Russa, is there a possibility he could lose his clubhouse and they're in first place because he is so out of touch with the modern game and the modern player?
Well, you've got players on that team. Like Tim Anderson is fully in support of Mercedes and doing it. Lance Lynn, who's a pitcher, said something, basically said, if they've got a position player on the mound, that's what I said yesterday. Go ahead and swing. Let's get the game over with. What are we doing? And that's the problem I have when he's talking about respect for the opponent and all that. They've got a position player on the mound. If you're talking about respecting the game and all that, well, they got a position player pitching.
What kind of respect is that?
The game is beyond respect at that point in time. Let's get this over with. I just don't get it.
Did you see what Trevor Bauer had to say?
Oh, I love what Trevor Bauer has somehow become my favorite baseball player in the history of mankind now. Like he just continues because he just gets it. Like who cares?
Here's what he said. Dear hitters, this is on Twitter. If you hit a 3-0 homer off me, I will not consider it a crime. Dear people who are still mad about a hitter hitting, kindly get out of the game. Can't believe we're still talking about 3-0 swings. If you don't like it, managers or pitchers, just be better.
Today, La Russa, he's doubling down on it. The White Sox have an early game today, so he has talked to media already today. Somebody apparently, I guess, said something about or told him that Lance Lynn had said, all bets are off with a position player out there. Tony's response, Lance has a locker, I have an office. I just don't. Either he really has a great relationship with these players and feels he could say whatever publicly, or he just completely has no clue what is going on and is about to really just piss off an entire clubhouse.
I think it's the latter.
It's crazy to me that he, first of all, even if you thought the way you did and said like that, you don't need to really say it publicly. You could have done whatever you want to do to the guy internally, and when you're asked about it, say, it might not have been the best thing, but with a position player out there, kind of things are a little different. Mm-hmm. But to go out there and call him clueless,
he was more concerned with not upsetting the Twins than he was with showing up his player publicly.
And then last night, when they throw at him, and you say after the game, I have no problem with the way they handled it. You have this rookie who's having an amazing year. He's leading Major League Baseball in hitting. This guy's having an amazing year. And the other team throwing at him, and you're just saying, I'm fine with that. That's cool. I don't care if they throw at my guy. I just don't. You got to back your player in some way. I just don't. I don't get that.
Yeah, he could lose the clubhouse and the team's in first place.
It's just. Although this stat was amazing to me. And Jeff Passan had this stat. In the last 20 years, Major League Baseball hitters have seen 557 3-0 pitches with their team up by 10 or more runs. This was the first time anybody's ever swung.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man. I still don't change my opinion.
No, it doesn't. Again, I was blown away by that stat. But yeah, I don't know how many of those. I would know
how many were position
players.
Exactly.
I don't. Once you put the position player on the mound, to me,
you made a mockery of the game.
All rules go away anyway, whether they're written or unwritten, whatever. You want to talk you've said we've waved the white flag. This game is over. You are now basically playing a pickup game of just backyard baseball. When the Cubs, for instance, two or three. I don't know if it's been 2 times this year or maybe one of them was last year. When the opponent has put a position player on the mound, Javi Baez bats left-handed against him. He's not. He goes up there and bats left-handed, he just to screw around. It is. When the Cubs threw Anthony Rizzo against Freddie Freeman and they're laughing and he strikes him out and everything. Right. The game is no longer serious. At that point.
Yeah, I know what the manager's trying to do. They're trying to save their pitching staff, and maybe this is a guy who said, I always wanted to pitch in case we ever get into a situation where it's out of control. Well, this game was out of control. So the guy swung. I mean, it's all right. We got to move on, but it's amazing.
You've made it's become a joke. Like it is it's kind of just goof around time. So a 3-0 pitch, who cares? Like I would swing. I don't give. Again, as I said yesterday, what is he supposed to just let it? Are we going to let the guy walk? What if he just walks like 10 straight hitters? Like, are they supposed to? And can you swing on 3-1? Are you allowed to swing on 3-1 in that situation, or is it only 3-0 that you can't swing at? Like, I just get the game. As Lance Lynn said, let's get the game over with. We're trying to do that.
Beyond the unwritten rules of baseball, I mean, the problem now is not that the guy swung at 3-0, and it's that Tony La Russa is not backing his players, and that could become a serious problem.
This hour of the program is brought to you by Action 24/7. You can go to the website at action247.com or just download the app to your phone. You can bet on the Grizzlies tonight, of course, on Action 24/7. They are the local sportsbook here in the state of Tennessee, owned and operated by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. And with your initial deposit, they'll give you $400 free. You sign up, they'll match your initial deposit 100% up to $400. So a $400 deposit immediately becomes $800 at Action 24/7. That'll give you plenty of bullets to fire away with for the NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs or Major League Baseball, whatever you're looking to bet. They've got it for you at Action 24/7. They always have specials and other things that you can do as well on there. And with the Grizzlies in the play-in, if the Grizzlies win the play-in game, if you bet $5 or more on them, you'll get your winnings, plus you'll get a $12 free bet. They'll just throw in a $12 free bet. That's if you bet on the Grizzlies tonight and they win. Not only do you get your winnings, they're going to throw on top of that a $12 free bet for you to use on some other game, some other time. That's Action 24/7. Check them out. Again, the local sportsbook here in the state of Tennessee, Action 24/7.
Make sure to get your lists in for our 5 favorite things, your 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks, brought to you each and every week. 5 favorite things by La Guadalupana. We'll do that at 11:30. Steve Sands will join us from the Golf Channel on NBC at 11:05 to preview the PGA Championship. We got one more segment in this hour still to come, right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Your roommate's vacuuming for the 5th time today. But you have the $5 Chalupa Cravings box from Taco Bell. So his vacuuming might as well be the soft hum of purring kittens. And your loud neighbors turn into a telenovela with the beefy 5-layer burrito and chips and nacho cheese sauce plus a medium drink.
Jorge, ven y bésame, mi amor.
With the $5 Chalupa Cravings box from Taco Bell, nothing can ruin your bliss. It's value beyond belief. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Contact store for prices and items which vary. Drinks exclude freezes. Tax extra.
I got Jeff Allen, the Kia man that'll make make you happy in your new ride from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Jeff, what's the scoop?
The scoop is you got to get to Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah to get a 2021 Kia Forte for just $139 a month. Or how about a 2021 Kia Soul, $179 a month, and a 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $199 per month. All 36-month leases and only $30.49 due at signing.
Plus the industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, and let's not forget West Memphis, Arkansas, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 358 110, MSRP 20,590, Soul M777 6411, MSRP 21960, K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26170, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax, title, and license. With approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour is brought to you by Action247.com. Here, once again, are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Cause I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun.
Eli, I still haven't seen, and I will not watch the video of Kevin Pillar getting hit in the face, but I did see some of his press conference yesterday. Oh my gosh, his face. And he said, listen, if I could see better, I'd play in the game. Now they put him on the 10-day injury list, and he will have to go to a face specialist. But he looked horrible. I mean, it's understandable to get hit with a fastball in the face.
94 miles an hour to the face, to your nose, will probably not make you look too good.
I mean, his nose was all smashed up. He had black and blue eyes, under his eyes were all black and blue. Yet there he is facing the music with the presser. Kyrie Irving would have said, sorry, there's too many other important things going on in the world for me to talk to the media.
I'm telling you, like the way they would have been carrying me off on a stretcher. Let's be honest. They had to get a stretcher out there to get me off that field. That he just stands up and walks off with blood just flowing everywhere. Like it was incredible. I just can't believe how well he took it.
Yeah, that's one tough baseball player.
I can't. Just 94 miles per hour with a baseball to your nose.
Seeing his face the way it was, and they're asking, how do you feel? He's like, I feel great.
I know.
Like, do you? Like, are you being straight with us?
Exactly. Like, no, you don't. You can't. You can't possibly feel great. You took a baseball at 94 miles per hour to your nose.
I bet he was sleeping on his back. I'll tell you that much. According to reports, the NCAA is expected to announce today that the baseball and softball championships will allow 100% capacity if local and state guidelines allow for it. So, in Mississippi, Ole Miss, if they host a regional, Mississippi State, which I think is absolutely assured of one, they are going to have full capacity because they've had full capacity anyway, and that's what the state has allowed. So the NCAA has now signed off on that. So that's good news.
Yeah, leave it up to the locals. I like that.
When we come back for hour number 2, we're going to turn our attention to the PGA Championship at the Ocean Course, Kiowa Island. Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC will join us. We'll get his thoughts. And then at 12:25, Jay Hasselman will join us from Edwin Watts as we'll make our picks for the PGA Championship, give you a chance to win a gift card to Edwin Watts. That's our weekly prize, and be in the grand drawing at the end of the year for the end of the golf season for a $100 gift card to Edwin Watts, plus golf from around the area. So be a part of that. That'll be at 12:25. In between, at 11:25, it's our 5 favorite things, your 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks. You can text in your lists right now if you'd like on the First Bank text line at 901-360-8255, or hit us up with your lists on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and at sports56whbq.com. And if that's not enough, Sam Pittman, the head football coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, will join us at 12:05. So talk a little Hogs coming up in hour number 3. But it is Steve Sands when we return to kick off hour 2. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging, from the stunning interior complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today at Ridgeway and 385. Or shop online from the convenience of home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com. Cypress View Golf and Recreation in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation is fun for your entire family. Accepting new memberships now. Call about the new intro price, only $199 per month plus tax. Includes unlimited golf, state-of-the-art new workout room, kiddie pool for the kids, Olympic-sized pool for the entire family to enjoy, and a great pub and steak bar. Cypress View Golf and Recreation has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly steak cheese sandwiches, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of new memberships of unlimited golf, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today for your new membership at 870-739-6305. Come be a part of a great golf family. Get away from stress at Cypress View, just over the river.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
With protection for your motorcycle, boat, and RV, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this indecisive sports talk host.
All right, welcome to the Big Shark Show.
Hey, Big Shark, any predictions for the game tonight?
Well, if you ask me, they are definitely going to win big, but I also think there's a chance they don't win. It's just my gut that they will, or they won't, but I do have a hunch that whatever happens, we will definitely know when it does.
Wait, so...
Either way, they always seem to come up with a big play, or sometimes just a smaller one.
Switch to Progressive today.
Bottom line, they're going to win. Or lose.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Gossett Kia on Covington Pike is celebrating Memorial Day all month long, and we can put you in a new Kia for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte $139 a month, 2021 Kia Soul $179 a month, and 2021 Kia K5 built in America $199 a month. All 36-month leases, only $3,049 due at signing. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Forte $139 a month lease, Soul $179 a month lease, K5 $199 a month lease. So hurry to Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike, online KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 358110, MSRP 20,590. Sold M777-6411, MSRP 21,960. K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26,170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Hey, if you're hungry for great Mexican food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got it. La Guadalupana, La Guadalupana, Guadalupana. Choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas, sizzling shrimp, beef or chicken fajitas, and even a Cuban sandwich filled with Mexican sausage, chicken, ham, steak, jalapenos, avocado. Add a nice cold beer to your super nachos. Top with melted cheese, beans, sour cream, guacamole, tomato, and jalapenos. Great prices, generous portions, great service at 3 locations: Summer Avenue, Cordova Road in Winchester, La Guadalupana.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Middays, hour number 2. It's the Wednesday, May 19th, 2021 edition. Greg Gaston, Eli Savoy, Gabe Kuhn. We are in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Second hour of the program is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers, located at 4900 Poplar Avenue between Mendenhall and St. Elmo. On the web at gaddisjewelers.com. You can give them a call at 901-767-9648. They are your bridal engagement and anniversary jeweler headquarters. Been serving Memphians and Mid-Southerners for over 24 years. They have everything, a tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold and silver, and they'll buy your gold and silver. Right now, gold is red hot. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing is available at James Gaddis Jewelers in the heart of East Memphis, 4900 Poplar Avenue, and on the web at gaddisjewelers.com. Wanted to congratulate our friend Brian Parker, who was married over the weekend to the country singer Jillian Cardarelli in Nashville. And Brian has been a friend for a long, long time, so it's great that he's able to tie the knot with Jillian. They've been an item, I guess, for a long time. He is a successful sports agent, and as I mentioned, she is a country artist, singer-songwriter, so congratulations to the two. Right now, it is time to talk PGA Championship at a place I'm very familiar with, Kiowa Island, where my in-laws live. I was playing the Ocean Course last August, and it is certainly a tremendous layout for the best golfers in the world as they will face the elements at Kiowa Island and the Ocean Course. And here to talk about it, as he joins us every major, giving us his time, we always appreciate it. He's Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC. Hello, Steve.
Hey, before we talk golf, Brian, congratulations, man. Good for you, Brian. Happy for you.
Isn't that
all the best?
Isn't that? I know you probably don't know who she is, but she is an up and coming country star. She's beautiful. He's a good dude. He's a real good dude, and I'm sure he had a lot of the big time athletes. I know Isaac Bruce was at his wedding. I'd be surprised if Scottie Pippen wasn't at his wedding. Good friends with all them, so he's a good dude. But you're a good dude too, Steve. Thank you for joining us, man.
I appreciate it. By the way, I'm from D.C., man. Inner city D.C. I know zero about country music. So however it plays out, I hope it's a long 75 years for the two of them.
Dude,
all the best.
Dude, I'm from South Jersey via the University of Maryland and via the Eastern Shore of Maryland. So I'm with you. Even though the Eastern Shore of Maryland, I bet you, is a little bit more country now, I would bet.
Speaking of the Eastern Shore, how is it possible that I couldn't even get you to call back after sending that tape for that job at WNDT?
I think I called. I don't think you answered the phone.
It's still puzzling to me.
I think
that's get a call back.
It just shows his ability to recognize talent.
The arrogance of a South Jersey kid.
I knew bigger things. I knew bigger things were in line for Steve. I knew one day he'd be one of the best interviewers there is. Period.
All right. Speaking of the Eastern Shore, by the way, we're going to be moving up there in a couple of weeks. I can't wait to get up there for the summer. Although I won't be there much because we're going to be busy doing golf, traveling in and out. But can't wait to get some crab cakes up there.
So the family spends the whole summer on the Eastern Shore?
Yeah, we've been going up there forever. And we rent a place in Ocean City, and I fly in and out of Philadelphia or maybe Salisbury if it works as far as a connection goes. And,
right.
Everybody stays up there and kind of they're old now. They all work at restaurants, and do their thing at night, whatever they do. And Val and I just kind of hang out, be old.
They work at they work at Big Peckers, Brass Balls.
No,
the Bearded Clam.
We have 3 sons, and when they were little. They used to get a big kick out of the name Big Peckers. They used to always want the T-shirt, which I always thought was funny because I was the same way when I was a little kid. But they never played. They never worked at Big Peckers. They've done Crab Bag. They've done BJ's. They've done Starboard up in Dewey. They've done Grab and Go Tacos. But no, they've never worked at Big Peckers. But Big Peckers is a good spot. It's a good spot to hang out and have a drink.
All right, listen.
Eli's probably thinking, "What the hell are you talking about?"
That's
Eli's, there's no Big Peckers in Chicago. Well, maybe there is.
We in the Midwest, us Midwesterners don't deal with that type of stuff.
Hey, the Grizz going to win tonight?
Yes,
I think so, but I'm not sold.
Okay.
You know, it's Popovich. Popovich will come up with some game plan. It'll be a tight game, but I think the Grizzlies will win.
God, he's good, Popovich.
I know. The curmudgeon's good. You got to give him his due.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Grizz. Come on, Grizz. Let's get it done.
Speaking of those big old gray beards that Popovich now has, I saw the video of John Daly, friend of the show, John Daly, with that big old Santa Claus. He looks like Santa Claus out there.
Tremendous.
Have you run into him?
I told him. I've not run into him, but I texted him and told him that he looks like Santa Claus and ZZ Top got together and had a child.
Did he respond?
No, yeah, of course. He laughed his ass off.
He's actually been playing some pretty good golf on the Champions Tour.
He is playing. He is. Oh, he should have won in Houston, man.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, he should have won in Houston. He's starting to play some better golf. He's going to drive a cart this week. He went through the ADA, the American Disabilities Act. He'll be driving a cart. The golf course is going to be a little bit too much for him. Not lengthwise, not that he can't hit it far, but it's just going to be a lot of golf course for him. But all the guys who are celebrating PGA champions who are here this week, and John is certainly one of them. 30 years ago this week, or not this week, this year, because they played it in August, is when he won at Crooked Stick as the ninth alternate getting in. I mean, it's been a quick 30 years because I remember that like it was yesterday. John Daly coming onto the scene. He's an all-time nice guy.
Yep.
You guys know him. You guys know him, right?
Yep.
All-time nice guy. I'm glad he's playing well, Eli. It's nice to see him competing out there on the PGA Tour Champions.
All right, so Steve, yesterday I brought it up because I watched the Tony Finau press conference where he learned, like during the press conference, that they actually could use rangefinders this week. How is that possible? Like, how does he not know that?
It's not. It's not possible. How's it possible that his caddy, him, his family, his friends, his peers, the people who represent him? I don't know. I mean, how is it possible that a PGA Tour player wouldn't know that particular rule this week? I found that fascinating as well. That was nuts.
I mean, the look on his face was like, What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, and he's like, oh, we can actually do it. All right. And so Justin Thomas has come out how he talks like he doesn't really like it, all that stuff. How many players you think will actually be using them?
Oh, I think a lot. I think a lot of them will use it. One of the things that I love about Justin Thomas is he's an old soul, new wave guy. New wave guy. No, there's no debate on his youth and the way he plays the game and the flair, and the moxie he has when he's on the golf course. But he's an old soul, man. I love that about him, and I love old school guys like that who understand the history of the game, the tradition of the game. And he's just not a big fan of that. I don't think there are a lot of guys. I think a lot of guys are not fans of it, but I think they're going to at least try it. Mm-hmm. And if it helps them in practice rounds, Eli, I think you're going to see more and more players use it Thursday through Sunday at this PGA Championship. But there's going to be a chunk of guys who absolutely will use it no matter what, and there'll be a chunk of guys who will not use it for whatever reason because they just don't believe in it. And then there's that portion in the middle. But I think it's about 50-50 as to who will use it and who will not. The debate is actually the pace of play, Eli.
Yeah.
The pace of play will slow down because of those things, not be sped up.
I was just going to ask you
that.
I
don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Why do you think it will?
Yeah, I thought it would quicken
I
pace.
get it. Like they don't. The distance to the flag is not what they necessarily care about because they got many other yardages they're trying to figure out.
Right.
But for me, it's when the guy does hit it way right or way left to be able to figure out distances a lot quicker now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This week, and you know this, Greg, because you're familiar with the area.
Mm-hmm.
The wind blows here, and the cold and the rain. We've talked about this before on your guys' show. The cold and the rain doesn't bother PGA Tour players nearly as much as wind. Wind is the thing that bothers these guys the most because they're so precise with their yardages. So you can have that device, and it can say 187, and it's a back right pin, and you're thinking 6-iron, and you're going to carve it in there. But if the wind is up and it's tricky, they're going to continue to look at it, and they're going to continue to try to dissect it. The rounds are going to be longer here anyway because of the wind, and they're going to, they're going to play for that. They're going to make sure that they have the time for that as far as television and all that kind of stuff goes. But I think it's going to make it longer too, and I think the players have said that as well. And if it does work out that way, that it shortens it, then great. But if it works out the way that a lot of guys think it will, and that it's just another thing for them to think about, another thing for the caddy to think about, another thing for them to converse about before they strike the golf ball, and it makes the rounds longer, that's not going to be good.
Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC joining us, getting set for the PGA Championship on the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. I've seen conflicting reports about the wind. In fact, Eli, yesterday, weren't you saying that in the forecast it wasn't going to be as bad? And then I saw 10 to 20 miles.
I didn't say anything about the forecast.
Oh, I thought you had said it, but I read somewhere where they initially, it won't be as windy as it normally is on the Ocean Course, and we always know it's windy. I played there last August. It was windy as hell. But then I saw the forecast with 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. So what exactly is the forecast, Steve? Because the wind is the only thing protecting that course.
Yeah, it's 10 to 20. But as you know, the tide comes in and out. The wind changes direction, so it's a tricky wind. It's not a steady 10 to 20, and it can gust quickly. So in the morning, like early in the morning, when you're teeing off early, it feels relatively benign out there. And then all of a sudden, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, it starts pumping. And when it starts pumping, it gets tricky because the wind switches. And as it switches, while these guys are playing, again, going back to the thinking part, it's going to make them think even more about the golf shot they're about to hit. So with that forecast of 10 to 20, temperatures will be great, high 70s, low 80s. There's not expected to be any wind, any rain of significance. So the wind will definitely play a factor into what the scoring is like. If the wind is pumping, then the scoring will be high. If the wind is down, as you said, Greg, there's not a lot of defense to this golf course. I don't care how long it is. They're not going to be able to defend this golf course against the best players in the world unless there's a little bit of wind. But there will be some wind, no doubt.
Well, so the last time I was there, Rory lapped the field. He comes in off of a win in his last start. I mean, is he the clear favorite in this?
I think he's the favorite odds-wise because of those two things, Eli. He won here 9 years ago, which means nothing compared to his win 2 weeks ago. His win 2 weeks ago is way more significant. 9 years ago, he's a different person, different player, different body, different guy. The game is different.
Plus, I was marshalling.
Is different.
I was
marshalling.
That's why he won.
There you go. Of course it was. He probably knew that, and he probably toasted you after the win. But it was played in August, Eli. Golf course is different in May than it is in August. When the PGA was moved from August to May a couple of years ago, one of the reasons they did that is because of the way golf courses play and where they can travel to. So the Ocean Course in August is much softer, much more receptive, and Rory ate it up. This golf course is hard compared to that. I mean hard, not difficult. I mean hard as firmness. It's firm, and I mean it's hard also, but it's a much more stern test as far as the softness of the golf course. It's much more firm in May than it is in August. So to me, Eli, the win a couple of weeks ago at Quail Hollow, his first win in a couple of seasons on the PGA Tour, is way more significant because of the shoulders up, the collarbones up, the mental makeup for Rory coming into this week with a win is way more significant to me than his victory 9 years ago on the same golf course. They haven't seen this golf course since then. Totally different golf course in May than it is in August.
So what type of golfer benefits from the firmness of the course? Who are you looking at for this week?
you better be a ball striker, man. At the end of the day, golf is a putting contest. You got to make the putts. You got to get the ball in the hole. But this week with the wind and the way the golf course is set up, you've got to be able to be a serious ball striker. So if you're looking at some guys, away from the Rory McIlroys of the world, who I think will contend, if it happens to be his week, then it's his week. He hasn't won a major in 7 years. That can kind of creep up on you a little bit as far as pressure goes. I like a guy who won in Memphis a couple of years ago. I like Daniel Berger. I like Mark Leishman. I like Charles Schwartzel. I like Cameron Smith. I like Louis Oosthuizen. I like guys who are tremendous ball strikers. You don't have to be a great putter this week. You have to make putts, but you got to be a great ball striker, because if you don't hit the ball crisply this week, that wind will catch it, and you'll start hitting some golf shots into some places that you're not familiar with. So give me a ball striker this week. So I like a Leishman, a Cam Smith, maybe an Adam Scott. Those are Australians. A couple of South Africans, and Oosthuizen and Schwartzel for the American side. I like a Daniel Berger. I like Victor Hovland this week. Man, he can hit a golf ball. And you know who else could play well here this week? He was 6th at the U.S. Open at Winged Foot, and he gave Hideki Matsuyama all he could handle last month at Augusta. I think Will Zalatoris, who's not a great putter, but is as good a ball striker as there is in the world of golf today. Will Zalatoris could be a factor again this week for the 3rd consecutive major, which would be fascinating.
I saw some comment from him the other day where he said he, in a practice round, I think on the back 9, he hit 3-iron 3 or 4 times. Was he talking about hitting that into the green, that's how long it was?
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's long. It's the longest. Now, I don't know if they're going to play all 18 holes from the tips, guys, but it's the longest golf course on the card, more than 7,800 yards on the card. It's 200 yards longer than it was 9 years ago when they played the PGA Championship here in 2012. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of long irons. The par 3s are going to be fascinating this week, especially 17, especially if the wind is up when the players who are in contention on Saturday and Sunday are on 17T. But, yeah, he was talking, 3 irons into greens, Eli. It's a long, long golf course. I don't think they'll tip it out each and every hole one particular day, but they're going to lengthen it, and they're going to make these guys, hit some shots that they are not necessarily comfortable with. You know what? You're playing for a Wanamaker Trophy. You're playing for history. You're playing for a major championship. It should be hard. I hope they make it not too hard, not goofy, but I think they're going to make it hard. And it all is predicated on the wind. It depends. If it's crazy windy, like it was 9 years ago on that Friday when it was pumping 30 miles per hour, they will not have the golf course set up, that far back. But they are gonna test these guys. There's no question.
So if it is long, what are the chances of Hulk DeChambeau?
Like I said with you guys, I'm not right often with you guys, but like I said with you guys before the Masters, I didn't like him. If I was betting, I'd be fading Bryson at Augusta. I'd fade him here too. If you miss the fairways here, you don't have the rough of Winged Foot to catch the golf ball. Right. You'll get yourself in some trouble here. The way he won at Winged Foot, and he earned it. He dominated the field. He was great. Mm-hmm. But when he hits those crazy drives, a few of them are obviously going to miss the fairway. You're not just going to be able to hit all 14 fairways. So because of that, with thick rough, that ball is not going to bounce into the trees and the pine straw and all that kind of stuff, and the sand and the dunes. Here and Augusta, kind of similar in nature, not the golf courses, but similar in the respect that the rough isn't thick and nasty. So if you're a little bit sideways with your driver, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble here. That's why I like a guy like McIlroy at the top, because I think he's the best driver of the golf ball. And then I like those other guys I told you about who don't hit it as far as Rory, but they have that piercing ball flight, that credible, crisp, clean ball strike. And that's why I like those kinds of players this week. I don't see Bryson playing great here.
Yeah, you're right. If you're a little bit sideways, the gator's eating your golf ball, and there's nothing to stop it. Yeah, DeChambeau, he may be more right now dialed into UFOs. He just did a little Sirius XM thing talking about his experiences seeing UFOs. That's a hot little topic right now, so he may be off his game. How about Dustin Johnson? He's been – no, I'm serious. I mean, he actually, he actually talked about UFOs. He talked about UFOs.
That's the scary part is that you're serious.
Yeah, he's like the Kyrie Irving of the PGA Tour, man. You don't know what the hell's coming out of his mouth.
Enough with Kyrie.
I know. Really, you're right. Enough with him. DJ, no factor? I mean, he hasn't been a factor for a while.
Yeah, it's weird how he hasn't played very well. It's his home state. He's not from this part of the state, but it's his home state. I think he'll have some good games here. And I think, again, with a guy like Dustin, like Rory, if those two find fairways, absolutely Dustin will have a chance. He just hasn't played very well the last couple of months. Not sure why. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of the ebbs and flows of the sport, but I would not be putting my money on Dustin Johnson this week, only because of the last couple of months. But yes, absolutely. Dustin's the kind of guy, as I've said to you before, once or twice a year, he puts it together and just dominates a golf course and thrashes a field. And that could easily happen this week. I just don't see it because he hasn't been playing great the last couple of months.
John hits us up on Facebook. He said, what about Bubba?
Yeah, Bubba could carve it in here. He knows how to find fairways left and right, however he decides to carve the golf ball. I don't think he's been playing great coming into this week either. So it's a good question, John, and I appreciate it. And it'd be fun to see Bubba on this golf course in the wind, contending at a major championship. But I don't see Bubba do again. I think it's going to be one of those guys who it's that low piercing ball. Bubba hits those high fades and draws and flings it around corners and those kinds of things. And he loves, firm, fast greens, like Augusta where he's won twice. I wouldn't expect Bubba to hang in there for 4 days.
Yeah.
All right, so
hopefully he doesn't.
So when Eli hates the guy for some reason. Just
wow.
hates the guy. I don't know. Yeah,
Eli was a rare show.
I am not a Bubba fan.
Okay,
at all.
I hate to use that term "hate," but he actually hates the guy.
Wow.
All right, so
I tell my kids all the time, hate, anger, and jealousy are wasted emotions. But I guess Eli's okay with it.
No, yeah, Eli doesn't waste anything when it comes to ripping apart Bubba. So our next segment, when we come back, of course, Steve will be gone. But I'm going to ask you the question that we're going to ask our listeners. We do a thing called 5 Favorite Things once a week. And our 5 favorite things this week, of course, Gabe comes up with it, the young man, the producer extraordinaire. Alcoholic beverages or drinks. 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks. So give me your 5. And if you say beer, it's just beer. You can't go like Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob Light.
I would say there's nothing better than an Orange Crush at the Starbird in Dewey Beach or the Crab Bag in Ocean City.
What liquor's in the Orange Crush? Wait, what liquor do they have in the Orange Crush?
It's a vodka.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Sprite, orange juice, and
it's refreshing.
Triple Sec in there. Oh, it's the best. It's the best summer drink ever as far as Ocean City and Dewey Beach goes. When I go out and have a drink, I get Tito's on the rocks.
Okay.
With a lemon in there. I'll get a Crown Royal. On the rocks. I'll do a bourbon every once in a while and a Coors Light.
There you go. There's the 5 from our good friend Steve Sands.
Just going on the rocks. I like it. Yeah, just take it on the rocks.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I started drinking Johnny Walker Black on the rocks the last couple of months. I don't know how I've graduated to become my grandfather and got rid of the soda and the tonic and all the other stuff, and all of a sudden it's just on the rocks. But like my wife's like, Jesus, Steven, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm 52 and I just graduated to like when my grandfather was. When I was a kid, he'd say, Steven, see that tall bottle over there? Bring that over there. And like all of a sudden I'm drinking stuff on the rocks. It's just that can't be healthy.
Oh my gosh. He is Steve Sands, the Golf Channel on NBC. We can't thank you enough, Steve. We always appreciate you carving out some time for us.
My pleasure, fellas. Go Grizzlies, all right?
Yes, and enjoy Kiowa. Take care. Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC. Yeah, that's my home away from home with my in-laws. Love the place, love the course. It's going to be a fun championship.
Boy, you're just coming strong with it all on the rocks. Good for him.
Johnny Walker.
I can't be doing that.
I remember from did you ever see the movie The Pope of Greenwich Village?
I did not.
It's a great movie. You should see it. Mickey Rourke and what's the guy's name? What's the pretty woman actress?
Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts. Eric Roberts, her brother, was starred in it with Mickey Rourke. And I remember Eric Roberts would go up to the bar and he would order Johnny Walker Black on the rocks, but he would say, he would go, Johnny Black rocks. Johnny Black rocks. I always thought, man, that's cool. I think I tried it one time and I went, ugh, it's terrible, terrible. All right, we got our 5 favorite drinks with our 5 favorite things coming up next. Get your lists in if you haven't done so already via the First Bank text line at 901-360-8255, and that's alcoholic drinks. But if you don't drink alcohol, you want to give us your 5 favorite non-alcoholic drinks, that is fine too. If you're watching us live, you can message us with your lists on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and at sports56whbq.com. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Do you know who I am?
Who are you? I'm Superfly TNT.
Johnny Radio.
Where do you want to be? 1 to 3? Right here with me. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM, Monday through Friday. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour, your good buddy Johnny Radio.
You looking for a ride equipped with family fun for everyone? We got it at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike during the Jeep Freedom Days and Memorial Day sales event. 2021 Jeep Renegade Sport, $23,990 or $299 a month. 2021 Dodge Charger XST, $31,110 or $399 a month. 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sport, $335 a month. And 2021 Fiat 500X Pop all-wheel drive, $24,490 or $329 a month. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1900 Covington Pike or shop online. GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motorcars.
Almost financed through Chrysler, 75 months at 4.15% APR, 500X, MP 8982, MSRP 27,885, Renegade MPM 44,788, MSRP 26,240, Charger SXT, MH 561,998, MSRP 33,110, Wrangler MW 725,203, MSRP 33,610, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax out on license, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
The thing about comparing rates at Progressive.com is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about comparing rates at Progressive.com. We probably don't even need the words comparing rates anymore to remind you that seasoning steaks at Progressive.com is an easy way to save on car insurance, or that swimming in trousers helps you find the lowest rate. And that's the thing about foraging for truffles. You've heard a lot of ads about standing tiptoe on a cinder block. Compare rates and sing softly to a wounded field mouse and save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Halfway home on this Hump Day edition of Sports 56 Middays. We have our 5 favorite things coming up here in just a moment. And I think we're going to salute today. Since we're doing alcoholic beverages, we're going to lift one to the the inspector who found the crack on the bridge, because apparently, and I was looking at who was it that sent it out? Yeah, I think it was Joyce Peterson, that they had a photo from 2016 where they saw the crack on the bridge. And that inspector reportedly, over the years, not the one who found it here recently, but the inspector who missed it, has been fired, and there could be criminal charges pursued against that person. I mean, 5 years? The bridge has been like this 5 years? So we're going to salute today, during our 5 favorite things, the inspector who found the crack, because it is time for our 5 favorite things.
This is Gordon speaking. And I just love a number that's the same as my finger. You see, I've got 5 fingers on this hand. That's 5.
5. Now let's stomp 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in. High five. I got
5 favorite things.
It's brought to you by La Guadalupana. They have 3 locations for you: 4818 Summer Avenue, 8075 Cordova Road, and 5848 Winchester. Great Mexican food all day long. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas. There's sizzling shrimp, beef, or chicken fajitas. They got a great Cuban sandwich. There's super nachos. Great breakfast any time of day as well. It's good prices, generous portions, great service at their 3 locations of La Guadalupana, 4818 Summer Avenue, 8075 Cordova Road, and 5848 Winchester.
A great sponsor and a perfect sponsor for this week's topic, because you can get some drinks, some alcoholic beverages at La Guadalupana. It's your 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks. And again, if you don't drink alcohol, you want your 5 favorite non-alcoholic beverages, that is fine as well, so you can be a part of the topic this week. We do it each and every Wednesday. We give you the topic on Tuesday. So here we go, 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks. Let's go with Gabe since he came up with the topic. We'll go Gabe first, Eli second, and then myself, and then we'll get to our listeners' lists.
Can't wait to get to all these lists, because you can tell a lot about a person by their alcoholic beverage of choice. But I'll go ahead and start.
I could tell there are some people, by the way, who have completely different tastes than I do.
Yeah, I'm not a big sweet drink guy, but I'll drink a few. Now, number 5 for me, don't have any honorable mentions. Although, these aren't the only drinks I have drinking in my life. I will say that much. 5, I go red wine. Not a big white wine guy. Will drink white wine, but I prefer red wine. 4, margaritas. Come on, nothing like a margarita. 3, I go old-fashioned. I don't know if y'all are into that. Very strong drink, but you have to make it right. Has to have the right amount of sweet, or it's just it's a little too strong.
I've never had an old-fashioned.
It's bourbon.
Terrible.
It is bourbon is what it is, and you muddle a cherry and have some simple syrup in there. But I love a good old-fashioned. A bad old-fashioned, there's nothing worse. 2, whiskey ginger ale.
Whiskey ginger ale.
Yep,
okay.
and then here's my number 1. Cold beer. Nothing like a cold beer. But I will say this. I can't drink every beer. Stouts, stout beers, can't do it, like Guinness and all that thick stuff.
I don't like that either.
You can't see through. And then, have y'all heard of sour beer? Mm-mm. My girlfriend's really into those sour beers, and they are not for me.
I do know what you're talking about. My wife has had those before.
Yeah, not for me.
I don't like anything sour.
I thought maybe you were coming with some hard seltzer, Gabe. No hard seltzers for
you. I enjoy the hard seltzers. You know what? I'll add an honorable mention late. Give me a White Claw, a Truly. Throw it there at the bottom in my honorable mentions.
Sure, you were a hard seltzer guy. I can't believe you had an old-fashioned on your list. I did not see that one coming. Did not see that coming from you. All right. I do not have any. I was going to do an honorable mention for some shots that I like, but I'm not. I'm going to leave those alone. I'll just go number 5, margarita. I agree. Yes, the margaritas have a special place It's a very nice thing.
Can we crack up a little Jimmy Buffett in the background?
Works well with La Guadalupana. Go over there, get you some great Mexican food, get a margarita. That's good stuff right there. Number 4, when I need a little energy in the morning, that's vodka Red Bull.
Good choice.
Number 3, my favorite beach drink. Like if I'm on vacation down on the beach at a good bar that makes it, but it's got to be one that makes a good one. Mojitos. Love a good mojito, especially on the beach. Number 2, I put beer. I drink certainly way more beer than anything on the list, probably at about a 30-to-1 ratio, if not more. But number 1 is whiskey and Diet Coke. And normally Jack Daniels is my whiskey of choice, but any one will do. That's my favorite drink, but I drink too much of that and bad things start happening. So that's why I don't drink. I drink a lot more beer than I do whiskey, but boy, oh boy, I do love me a good whiskey.
I would have bet Jägermeister would have been on your list.
Oh, God, Jägermeister's terrible. Now, if I was doing the shots, I would do Jaeger Bomb. But Jägermeister is the worst drink
Red Bull.
in the world.
You like Red Bull? I see the vodka Red Bull took me by surprise. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I have never drank Red Bull straight in my life. I don't know what actual Red Bull tastes like other than mixed with vodka, Jaeger, or any other of the numerous drinks they put in. Vegas Bomb's very good also. Jaeger Bomb's good. Green tea shots very good. Don't even know what's in that.
So you're telling me it's not green tea?
He's going well beyond 5, by the way.
Most of the shots that I do, like I have no idea what's in a lot of them. Like, but obviously Jaeger Bombs and Vegas Bombs I do. But like the others, like they have these weird names. Like there's one we just call the purple shot. I have no idea what's in it. It's just purple. It tastes really good.
You don't have to twist his arm if he's out, man. Just give him something and it's going down. I have not had a Red Bull drink, and I think it may be different if I have Red Bull and something. But I had the one experience, and I've told it on the show a million times with Red Bull, and I could not do it again because we were playing softball. It was our station team. And I'm pretty sure Eli was in left field. It was very early. I don't even know if we had our show going yet. I don't remember all the details, but I'm pretty sure Chris Vernon had an igloo, and there was some Red Bulls in there, and there was nobody had water, for goodness sakes. And I didn't bring anything, and I was dying for a drink. I was so thirsty, and I grabbed the Red Bull, and I drank it down, and my heart started beating outside my chest, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. So that's the only time I've ever experienced the Red Bull.
Yeah, there was a cooler sitting there. Greg's didn't know who. So he just grabbed a Red Bull out of it and drank it because that's what he does. He doesn't like asking who.
This sounds familiar.
By the way,
my gosh.
By the way, Anthony got his Egg McMuffin, and he got the whole combo meal this morning, and he laughed about it. So.
Have y'all ever heard of a pipe bomb?
Yes.
What's a pipe bomb?
Drink?
Yeah.
No.
It's a shot.
I've heard about the real pipe bomb.
I assume there's Red Bull.
That's the Unabomber's go-to.
So get this. They poke a hole in there like you're about to shotgun it. They pour a little bit of the Red Bull out. They pour a shot of vodka into the Red Bull, into the can, and you shotgun it.
I'm glad you didn't put – aren't you one that likes car bombs?
Look –
Car
on
bombs,
special occasions, I can deal with an Irish car bomb.
Old fashions are terrible, but they're not nearly as bad as car bombs. Irish car bombs. Irish car bombs are.
Well, it's the sweet
Baileys and stuff, right?
Yeah, as long as the Baileys is in there, you're good. I don't enjoy the Guinness.
Ugh, they're terrible.
Here's my list. And I do have an honorable mention only because this is the first non-beer alcoholic drink I ever had, and when I started to go out to the clubs, this seemed to be the one drink. Whiskey sour. Always had a whiskey sour. Number 5 on my list is a ice cold. This is a beach drink, pina colada. Number 4, we drank a lot of these in our day. Long Island iced tea. Number 4. Number 3, amaretto and orange juice. Love amaretto. Sweet drink, but I love it. I'm with Eli. His number 1 is my number 2. Jack Daniels and Coke or Diet Coke. That's kind of my go-to at home. But number 1, you can almost re-hit that sounder because it is Frosty Cold Beer. Come on, I'm killing you. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Beer. Beer is number 1. It's always been number 1. It always will be number 1. All right, so let's get to our listeners.
Let's take the break and we'll come back with the listeners list.
Well, play us to the break with this guy screaming with the longest note ever.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, tell Google or Alexa to play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you are treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
You hear the phrase all day, every day. In these uncertain times this, in these uncertain times that. Well, in these uncertain times, one thing I know for certain, you want you some Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue is open for you to dine in or carry out, online orders and curbside pickup. And another thing you could be certain about is this. We are doing everything in our power to keep you and our staff safe. You can be sure that everyone working at any Central Barbecue is following every safety protocol there is, and they'll encourage you to do the same. Come on in and get some Central Barbecue. And yes, your face covering is probably going to end up with some sauce on it. A small price to pay for safety.
Your roommate's vacuuming for the 5th time today. But you have the $5 Chalupa Cravings box from Taco Bell, so his vacuuming might as well be the soft hum of purring kittens. And your loud neighbors turn into a telenovela with the beefy 5-layer burrito and chips and nacho cheese sauce plus a medium drink.
Jorge, ven y bésame, mi amor.
With the $5 Chalupa Cravings box from Taco Bell, nothing can ruin your bliss. It's value beyond belief. At limited participating locations for a limited time only. Contact store for prices and items which vary. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. This hour of Sports 56 Middays is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Wake up all the Hogs fans at 12:05. It's Sam Pittman. Yes, sir. Head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks football team. And then we'll have our Three-man scramble at 12:30. We'll make our picks for the PGA Championship. But right now, we continue with our 5 favorite things, your 5 favorite alcoholic beverages or drinks, and 5 favorite things brought to you each and every week by La Guadalupana. Let me begin on Facebook with John. Number 5, Slow Gin Fizz. Number 4, Singapore Sling. Number 3, Long Island Iced Tea. Number 2, Whiskey Sour. Number 1, 27 Stitches. Tom Waits came up with that drink. His last drink in 1992, he had been sober ever since. Okay, John? Tina, number 5, a Mai Tai. Number 4, a Mint Julep. Oh, a Mint Julep. God, they're terrible. But Tina loves them. Number 3, Margarita. Number 2, red wine. And number 1, Mojito. Bobby says, how about a double Shirley Temple?
On the First Bank text line at 360-8255, Raider Corey, number 5, Manhattan. Number 4, Old Fashioned. Number 3, Apple Martini. Me and Raider Corey do not agree on our drinks, I'll tell you that much. Number 2, Jameson and Ginger Ale. And number 1, Tito's and Cranberry Juice. Well, he at least has one drink on his that I would accept. But I'm not drinking no Manhattans or Old
Number
Fashions.
1? Is that the only one you...
Yes,
okay.
I'm not drinking Martinis, Manhattans, or Old Fashions. Jameson and Ginger Ale, I could probably stomach. Tito's and Cranberry Juice, I'm fine with. Although I'm not big. I'd much rather have the Red Bull than the Cranberry Juice. Let's see here. Another one. Number 1, Jameson Neat. Ooh. More of a man than me. Number 2, Jameson and Ginger Ale. Number 3, Jameson and Red Bull. It says, trust me. Listen, Red Bull makes everything taste better. So that's the one I will trust you on, at Jameson. I'm sure that's probably fine. Red Bull's an amazing drink.
If you have to say trust me before the drink, chances are it's probably not that great.
Number 4, vodka and ginger beer. And number 5, boy, I did not see this list going this direction. Starting with Jameson Neat and ending with White Claw on ice with a vodka shot topper. That sounds intriguing now that I...
Sounds complicated.
White Claw and vodka. Interesting. Let's see here. Ray, number 5, Long Island Iced Tea. Number 4, White Russian.
Not a bad drink, White Russian, yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, Frozen Jack and Coke. Frozen Jack and Coke. Number 2, me and Gabe actually talked about this a bit at the break. I forgot about it. Wouldn't have made my list, but certainly a good one. Pat O's Hurricane. And number 1, drinks made by our bartender at Italian Fest.
I can attest to that. So can you.
What is the drink that they have in their tent?
They have the Jello shots.
No, but they have what's the punch one that they have? What do they call it?
Oh,
Ray, text back in and tell me the name of that one that you guys have in your tent all the time. Gosh dang.
You ever heard of the
Jello shots could have also been on my shot list.
Yes, yeah, because you destroy them every year.
I love Jello shots.
Yellow Bird. Have you ever heard of Yellow Bird? That was a big thing at my fraternity house. They do the big vat of it. Yellow Bird. I don't know what even's in the damn drink. I just drank it.
Let's see here. 5 favorite drinks. Green tea, sassafras tea. Number 3, lemon tea. Number 2, sun tea. And number 1, geyser spring water.
That is one healthy person right there, I'm thinking.
I can't drink tea.
I can't drink tea either. I could drink some iced tea.
Ugh.
Some iced tea. Usually the crappy one, like the Nestea one that's all sweet already. I cannot drink like regular tea, like tea and crumpets tea. English tea, that stuff. I don't know how people drink
iced
that.
Iced tea to me, I've said before, it tastes like water with dirt in it.
Water with dirt in it.
Carolyn says, my list is short, so I'm giving my mom's list. So her list is only coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and Coke Zero. But I guess, so this must be mom's list here. Number 5, coffee. Number 4, rum. Number 3, vodka. Number 2, beer. And number 1, whiskey.
It's a woman after my own heart there.
Going from coffee to whiskey. I like it. Maybe that's Irish coffee. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. Marie goes with strawberry daiquiris.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Merlot. Number 3, Natty Light. There you go, Marie. Goes classy with the Merlot, comes right back with Natty Light. I like it. Number 2, Tequila Sunrise. Number 1, Irish Coffee. Amber, number 5, Budweiser. Number 4, Steel Reserve. Number 3, Burnett Vodka. Number 2, Seagram 7. And number 1, Jack Daniels.
Oh, by the way,
Burnett's.
Drew Barrett hits me up. He said the drink you're thinking about in the tent, panty dropper.
Yes, pink panty dropper. That's exactly what it was. That's right. Let's see, Danny. Honorable mention for Paloma. I'm not familiar with what that is.
Nor am I.
So number 5, any good whiskey on the rocks. Old Forester 1910 will do. Number 4, Ice Pick with Stoli blueberry vodka and unsweet tea with a splash of lemonade. Get rid of that tea. Sounds good. Number 3, Gin and Tonic. Number 2, Martini. And number 1, the seasonal beers at Bosco's. Currently the Kung Fu or the 75-minute IPA.
Martini, shaken or stirred?
In the garbage.
Looked up Paloma, a grapefruit-based tequila drink.
Grapefruit-based.
I don't mind those grapefruit-based drinks.
Yeah.
I'm not a grapefruit person, but who knows? It's a drink. It might work. Bobby and Halls, number 5, Fireball. Oh, my goodness, Bobby. Come on. Goodness gracious. Have some respect for yourself. Number 4, Jack Daniels. Number 3, A Short Trip to Hell. I thought you already listed Fireball. Number 2, Moscow Mule. And number 1, Tequila. I wonder what A Short Trip to Hell is.
It's going to Moscow on a mule. That's what it is.
If it's not Fireball, what is A Short Trip to Hell?
Here we go. 2 ounces peach schnapps, 2 ounces strawberry schnapps, 2 ounces wildberry schnapps, Jaeger, and then Red Bull.
Jeez.
You might like that, Eli.
It's a lot of schnapps.
You can probably dig that. It's like a big version of a Vegas bomb.
Give me those ingredients again.
Peach schnapps, strawberry schnapps, wildberry schnapps, Jaeger, and Red Bull.
That's intriguing. That's an interesting one. I'd probably try it. I'd try it once.
A mixologist just throws a bunch of stuff in there, right, and hopes it sticks. They try everything. A lot of different combinations.
Let's see. Matthew, no alcoholic drinks, says number 1, water. Number 2, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Number 3, Dr. Pepper. Number 4, Pepsi. Number 5, any root beer. Dr. Pepper's bad.
Diet Dr. Pepper's
I don't know how
okay.
people drink that stuff.
Diet Dr. Pepper's
Okay.
okay.
Let's see. On Twitter here, a non-alcoholic one. Number 1, ice cold Coca-Cola. Number 2, ice cold watermelon crush. Number 3, grape crush. Grape drinks are fantastic, refreshing. You just can drink them in like 3 seconds, though. Number 4, sweet tea. And number 5, Mountain Dew.
I drink Diet Pomegranate on ice.
James, vodka gimlet. Manhattan. Bullet on the rocks. Ooh, James. Cabernet Sauvignon. And then Dora. It says a gluten-free beer.
Wow, Dora the Explorer.
Daura, Dara.
Oh. Yeah, gluten-free beer.
I've never seen.
Drink a beer. I want the gluten.
Never seen or heard of that one. That's that one's new on me. But yeah, why not? Let's see. Ron says, Greg, did you not know Red Bull can cause a heart attack in old people?
Well, I wasn't that old when I drank that. That was way back when.
Scotty text said, he says, number 1, alcohol. Number 2, alcohol. Number 3, alcohol. Number 4, alcohol. Number 5, alcohol.
Number 5, rubbing alcohol. John on Facebook, who already gave us his list, said honorable mention Lynchburg lemonade.
Oh, yeah, Lynchburg lemonade.
Is that alcoholic?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the Jack Daniels lemonades.
Here's one name.
I'm a little mad. Somebody could have, if this would have been, back in the day, you could have a little Mad Dog 2020 on some of these lists. I'm glad there weren't many.
Colt 45? Come on.
I'm glad there weren't many wine drinkers. I'm glad there's not many wine drinkers out there.
God, don't get me started with wine. I am shocked that this alcohol has not surfaced, especially where we are. Because I drank this a lot in high school. Well, the end of high school. I wasn't that much of a drinker early in high school. Southern Comfort. Has it been mentioned?
It hasn't been mentioned, but I just said whiskey. I'll drink Southern Comfort.
Yeah, Southern Comfort was something we drank a lot of.
You know what? I'm disappointed. No Zimas. No one brought up a Zima.
No Zimas with the Jolly Rancher.
How about an old Duels? An old Duels.
The thing is, I made fun of, but we didn't know the hard seltzers. No, not a lot of hard seltzers out there.
And nobody's gone with the
popular
stout.
Those things are now.
Right?
That's crazy.
And we already said we all don't like the stouts, the dark beers. But
Zed has number 5 Drambuie, number 4 Peach Crown Royal on the rocks, number 3 Cranberry Vodka 7-Up Zero.
Okay.
So I guess it's 7-Up Zero with vodka and cranberry. Okay. Number 2, Maker's Mark with Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Maker's Mark is
Mark's good.
Maker's Mark would be my second choice to Jack Daniels.
Me too.
Then probably Crown after that. Number 1, Blanton's on the rocks.
Is that a whiskey? Blanton's?
I'm not sure. I've heard of Blanton's, but I'm not sure exactly.
Yes, it's a bourbon.
Let's see here. I think that's
that it?
I think I got to all of these.
We appreciate you being a part of 5 Favorite Things. We do it every Wednesday. We give you the topic on Tuesday. It's brought to you by La Guadalupana. When we come back, final hour, busy again. Sam Pittman, the head coach of the Arkansas football team, will join us at 12:05. At 12:25 or thereabouts, we'll have our 3-man scramble with Jay Hasselman. We'll make our picks for the PGA Championship, and then we'll close things out talking some more about tonight's play-in game, the Grizzlies and the Spurs, the season on the line for your Grizzlies. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Attention foodies, there's a great new place to eat in a great restored building. South Hall Cafe is now open for breakfast, brunch, and lunch in the former Tobacco Corner. Chef Jesus Ramon is creating classics from scratch with a twist. Enjoy all your favorites, including the best cheese grits in the South, a full bar, an in-house pastry chef, catering, online ordering for curbside or delivery, and a covered patio with live music on the weekends. We're open 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends. South Hall Cafe, corner of Poplar and Mendenhall.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything! A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
Start your engines Mid-South and get ready to ride in your new Mitsubishi from Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike. Who doesn't want 41 mpg highway today? We Gossett with 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $14,647 or $179 a month. And take your pick with dynamic redesign in your 2022 Outlander or 2022 all-new Eclipse Cross, now $309 a month. All powered by a stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Plus, test drive today and you'll receive a free gift card on us. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 500 military rebate, G4 stock number MHF 06296, MSRP 17735, Outlander NZ00 8245, MSRP 27260, Cross NZ00 4494, MSRP 27725, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax not on license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021, dealer stock only.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? 5 Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5 Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Follow me, I've got my spine, I've got my orange crutch.
Welcome back, everybody. 12:02 the time. Final hour for us today here on this Wednesday edition of Sports 56 Middays. Sam Pittman, the Arkansas football coach, scheduled to join us here in the next few minutes. Then we get our 3-man scramble a little bit later on in the hour with Jay Hasselman from Edwin Watts. I was looking at this NBA thing from Andy Bailey, who writes about the NBA for the Bleacher Report. I don't know if you saw this, Eli. It sorts every NBA player with 500-plus minutes, and it's almost like too complicated here, like what this is all about, the numbers, what they're putting into the equation. But they've sorted every NBA player with 500-plus minutes, 2021 season, by the average of their ranks in 10 catch-alls. Box plus minus, Raptor estimated plus minus. It's like complicated. But anyway, they rank all the players, and the top-ranked Grizzly is Jonas Valanciunas at number 30 in the league. Nikola Jokic is 1. Steph Curry's 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 3. Giannis. Joel Embiid is 4. And Luka Doncic is number 5. LeBron, by the way, is 10th. Zion's 11th. Jonas comes in at 30. Kyle Anderson comes in at 35. Then DeAnthony Melton at 90 and Brandon Clark at 98. Ja Morant's 107, so he's 5th best on the Grizzlies. And then after that, it's Grayson Allen, Xavier Tillman, Dylan Brooks way down there at 176. Tyus Jones, John Conchar, Desmond Bane at 232. So I wonder what those numbers are. We know how good Bane has been shooting the 3. Defensively, not as good. This may just be simply plus minus. But Justice Winslow is 351st on that ranking.
Good for Justice.
So I don't know, what do they mean by catch-all ranks? The average of catch-all ranks.
I have not seen. I don't know. I'd have to look and see what they're doing. I have not seen any of that.
Looks a little complicated to me. Duke is expected to promote Nina King to be the school's next athletics director. She's the school's longtime senior deputy and chief of staff for athletics. I believe first female AD in the history of Duke University. So good for Duke. Tonight you have the Grizzlies and the Spurs. You also have the Lakers and the Warriors. You like the Lakers in this game tonight?
Yes. I mean, them being healthy, I just think, and it's going to be a load for Golden State to try and figure out how to stop that front line of the Lakers. It's just on paper it looks like a real nightmare mismatch for Golden State defensively. If you've got Drummond and Anthony Davis in there, and they're the Warriors like to go small. I mean, it's a difficult matchup for them, to say the least.
Yeah, especially if Davis is back to 100%, if LeBron's back to 100%, I don't see them losing the game. And I'm sure they will devise something pretty special to try to defend Steph Curry. Or it's one of those deals, Steph gets his 40, and then you just keep everybody else in check. But that'll be the second game of the double dip with the Grizzlies playing the Spurs in game number 1. But time now to talk some Arkansas Razorbacks football. And we are very pleased to be joined once again. He joined us last year after initially getting the job and getting ready for season number 1. He is Sam Pittman, the head football coach of the Razorbacks, who you can follow on Twitter at Coach Sam Pittman, and he joins us now on Sports 56 Middays. Hey, Sam, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Guys, I'm doing great. I hope you're having a great lunch.
Well, we are, and I hope you are as well. And it's always great to talk Arkansas football. As you know, there's a lot of folks here in the Memphis area and the eastern part of the state of Arkansas that are big fans. And I know last year, with all the difficulties that every school and program had with COVID and games that were on and then off, and, well, the record is not something that you had hoped for. You would want a better record, wins, losses. But I thought you guys really played well and were really competitive. And when we had you on last year going into your first season, I thought, wow, they're going to take their lumps. But I thought you handed out a lot of lumps. So I think for the most part, even though, again, the record wouldn't indicate it, I think you had to be pretty pleased with that first year of your team.
Well, I was. Certainly there was another 3 games that we weren't able to win, that we had the ball with the lead, that we just couldn't finish out the games. Those are very, very things we're conscious about. We're working on trying to finish games. But, it started out with Georgia and being able to play, well for at least the first half. Our team needed confidence. I think that gave us some, even though the outcome wasn't near what we wanted it to. And we just need to build some confidence in our guys, and we just need to play hard and be well prepared. And I thought our coaches did a great job. And yes, it gave us enough to look forward to, that we feel like, in the future we can field a better football team than last year.
How much better do you kind of feel now, actually being able to have spring practices, have a spring game, and going into year number 2? How much more comfortable kind of do you feel with where your team is?
Much more comfortable. Last year, I think if you asked me our 2 deep before we went into fall camp, we had no idea, and some of the kids I didn't even know very well. Very, very uncomfortable, to be honest with you. You have to build a program on core values, and one of them, and the biggest one to me, is trust. And it's hard to get trust both ways from anybody that you're not in front of on a daily basis. So that part of it was something that was uncomfortable. But yet now, with, like you just said, with spring ball and all those things, I feel really good about our team. I think they do about us as coach and staff. There's a lot of confidence in the building.
Yeah, and for the guys coming back, they have now a year under your leadership as coach, and then you've been able to see them. You got new guys coming in. Recruiting went really well. I guess the first question for Hogs fans out there that want to know about the quarterback situation, you had a veteran guy like Felipe Franks last year. Where is that going with the quarterback this year for the Razorbacks?
Well, we have battle still there with Malik Hornsby and K.J. Jefferson, even though K.J. Jefferson is our starting quarterback right now. But Malik certainly has the talent to be a starting quarterback in this league, and we like where both of them are. I think they both had good spring games, and I like a quarterback who's able to run, and both of them certainly are as good as most tailback, or as good as most runners, and so we're certainly glad that they can do both. But I like where we're at quarterback. We are young. but I think KJ Jefferson proved he can play a pretty good quarterback position in the Missouri game last year, the only one that he really played in.
Certainly, you know a lot about the offensive line position, and I believe you're pretty much bringing back your entire line. How did your line look in the spring?
I liked them. I think they're playing with better confidence. They've got a heck of a football coach in Coach Brad Davis. But you're right. We're bringing back 2D plus every one of them. Very fortunate to get Myron Cunningham back. He was, he had a draft grade of a 4th round, and he elected to come back. So that was big for us. But him and Ty Clary came back as super seniors or COVID seniors, whatever you might say.
Mm-hmm.
What we did in the spring is we ran the ball quite a bit better than what we did last year, and that's certainly that in pass protection. But if you run the ball, you don't have to throw as many passes, too. So we did a lot better running the football, I thought.
Sam Pittman joining us, the head football coach of the University of Arkansas Razorbacks. You can follow him on Twitter at Coach Sam Pittman. What's the one thing you learned most about the head coaching job from your 1 year and now going into year 2?
A lot of problems. Your doors are revolving. They should put that one of them mall doors. But you're a problem solver. That's what you're the CEO of a major business, and there's a lot of problems. And I'll be honest with you, they don't affect me too much. The problem's only a problem until you solve it, and then it's not anymore. And so a bunch of that was number one. I was enlightened after the season was over, and you have to hold on to your coaches. Enlightened after spring ball's over, and you got to hold on to your players. So, you think, you start taking a breath after, our bowl game got canceled versus TCU in the Texas Bowl, and I think, oh, man, I'm going to get 2 or 3 days here. Nah, not so fast. About 10 hours later, hey, can I talk to this guy on your staff? And it was the same way with the transfer portal after spring ball with the players. Those 2 things I learned as well.
On your defensive side, of course, Barry Odom is a guy we're familiar with here in Memphis from his time at the University of Memphis. Certainly a great defensive coordinator. What do you see from your defense going into year number 2?
Well, I think we're going to be multiple. Last year we could not. We didn't. We couldn't play man coverage like we wanted to. We didn't have the depth on the D line to consistently stay in the 4-down line. We started that way. We didn't feel like that was the way we could win games. So Barry obviously has multiple defenses in his background. That's what makes him successful. That and his knowledge and his teaching skills. But I think we're going to end up having enough depth, enough players to get into a 4-down line, maybe play a little bit of tight, odd defense with edges covered this year, where we couldn't last year. So I think you'll see we've got a ton of starters coming back over there. I think almost all but one. And so I think we're able to transition into multiple fronts, multiple defense, play a little bit more man coverage than we were last year. I like the group. I like the group best in the secondary. I like our secondary. They're leaders of our defense. And, of course, getting Grant Morgan and Hayden Henry and D.D. Edwards coming back at linebacker tremendously.
You guys open, with Rice, but week number 2, and yesterday was the big announcement that the Razorbacks game with Texas will be ESPN nationally televised game on September 11th at Razorback Stadium. Looks like we are heading towards full stadiums in the fall. Let's all keep our fingers crossed, Sam. But I know it's a non-conference game, but just huge for the Razorbacks and the Longhorns to get together.
It is. I'm sure they're looking forward to it as well. But, around here, the old Southwest Conference, Texas was a huge rival to the older fans that we have here. Texas is the rival, and even though we don't play them very often anymore. So the last time we played them was when I was here. I was here in 2014, I believe. We went and played in the Texas Bowl. It might have been 15, but I think 14. We played in the Texas Bowl and down there and played Texas. It was a big deal for Arkansas. So being on ESPN a national game, one of the ones they've already announced, with hopefully full stadiums. It's going to be special. It's going to be football like what it's supposed to be here at the university.
You mentioned the transfer portal, and as we have head coaches on, it's just interesting to kind of hear how they kind of handle this. But what are your thoughts on the new rule with the one-time transfer exception, and just the way the transfer portal, what it has become in the world of college sports?
Well, there's a problem with it, obviously, with 3,500 or whatever the number is today. Not positive, but it's close to that. Kids in the transfer portal, and there's probably 250 D1 scholarships out there, so there's going to be a lot of guys jump in the portal that aren't going to be able to go anywhere. Now, with us, if you go into the portal, you can't come back. You can't go, we're married and you can't go date somebody and then, I think I'll take you back. Now, that ain't happening around here. But here's the thing. Some kids in the portal, it's two ways to look at it. Some kids in the portal that are over-recruited and they can't play for you.
Right.
And they should be able to get in the portal and go transfer. I don't know that we can feel differently if somebody that's starting for us and they transfer. They have that right to do that. We also brought in 4 guys from the transfer portal on our team. So, I think it is what it is. Obviously, it takes a little bit of pressure off of the coach as far as having to sign off on it and this, that, and the other. If a guy wants to go in the portal, he gets to go in the portal. He's immediately eligible. So I don't know. Here's what I do know. We could get in some problems with the 85 scholarship limit. As long as we don't have a problem with keeping 85 guys on scholarship on our team, then the portal could be a very good thing.
The head hog, Sam Pittman, head coach of the Razorbacks, joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at Coach Sam Pittman. So each week we have our friend Connor O'Gara, who joins us from Saturday Down South. And I said, we're going to have Coach Pittman on. I said, what one thing do we need to ask him? He said, you absolutely have to ask him about his days working with Rex Ryan, Cincinnati, and I believe Oklahoma, and ask him for a story. Tell a story. So what do you got, Sam, from you and Rex working together?
Well, ones I can put on the radio. Let's see.
Now, limited Rex, selection.
Rex is one of the most. He's one of the funniest guys. I mean, he's such a great guy to be around. And I guess one of my stories, we were going to recruit for a week, and I was going to pick him up, and he comes out with 2 sweatsuit outfits and a Walmart bag, and that's it. No luggage, no nothing. And his wife had went and got him, or he had. I don't know. He went to Walmart, bought some underwear and some socks and some toothpaste and some. He didn't have a luggage bag. He had a Walmart bag and 2 sweatsuits for a week. And I'll say this: it didn't bother him none. He's in there recruiting his tail off and getting everybody to sign it there at Oklahoma, but. Rex Ryan's one of the greatest guys. The other thing, I built 2 forts for his kids, and we laughed. One of them was so big that if a tornado came through, the house would go, but the fort would still be there. But I love him. He's one of my greatest friends, and I've learned a lot from him in my time as a coach. And I talked to him not too long ago, but I think he's a wonderful person, and he's one of the funniest guys you'll ever be around.
Who are the biggest influences on you as a coach?
It goes back to high school. My high school coach, Charlie Cooper, taught me so much about work ethic. And, honestly, the thing he taught me was that your mind is so powerful and that it can take your body past things that your body doesn't think it can do. And that was one of the things that, basically taught you how to be tough, and that taught you how to be tough in the mind. And I loved him for that. I wrote him a note and told him it changed my life. But he was the guy who really started me. My father certainly was a coach, and he did as well. But in the coaching career, I would say Butch Davis was the one I learned so much about, especially about recruiting. Kirby Smart obviously was one of those guys as well, and so I've learned from Joe Novak when we was at Northern Illinois. what a wonderful coach he was. And with Kirby coming out of the Nick Saban tree and certainly the way he approaches practice and meetings and all those type things. And of course, he's a great recruiter as well. I learned a lot from him.
Sam, is the off season now for the players and the conditioning and things of that nature? Is that going to be back to normal? Because I know how screwed up it was last year.
From what I understand at this moment, now we have an SEC head coaches meeting Friday morning. But from what I'm understanding is when June 1st hits, life gets back to normal, with a few exceptions with juniors coming on campus. But other than that, I think we're back to normal living, and they have made a small change in your preseason 29, 25 practices on what you can do. It's kind of in a 7-9-9 format now where you go 7 non-padded, 9 shoulder pads, and 9 full pads. But other than that, it's concussion protocol and things of that nature, which we're all for. We're all for safety, and we're trying to make the game safer. But other than that, I think we're going to be at just about what it has been over the last 10 years.
It was really fun to watch your team and battle each and every week last week in your first year, and I thought it went beyond expectations. Like you said, you had some chances to win more games, and you're going to learn how to win those games. I know the schedule is daunting. I was just looking at it. My gosh, they got you playing road games at Georgia, at LSU, at Bama, and at Ole Miss. And the road games in conference are back-to-back. So you got back-to-back at Georgia and Ole Miss, and you got back-to-back at LSU and Alabama. You got the Texas game. So certainly a daunting schedule, but I know you guys will be up for it. We look forward to watching your team play, Sam, and we can't thank you enough for joining us on the program again.
Strength of schedule, 2-time national champion. So that's
they love you.
We've won it 2 years in a row. We'll see how we come through with it. I sure do appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam. Take care of yourself.
All right, man. See you later.
I knew it had to be like near the top. I mean, I'm looking at the schedule going, nobody did Arkansas any favors. This is crazy. At Georgia, so this is conference play. They open up with Texas A&M. Okay. That game is neutral. That game is at AT&T Stadium in Arlington on September 25th. Then they go at Georgia, at Ole Miss, Auburn at home. Then they have a non-conference game against Pine Bluff. Then they're off. Mississippi State at home, at LSU, at Alabama. So their road games in the conference, the 4 road games are back-to-back both times. And then you throw in the game against Texas. Wow.
It's playing in the SEC West, and then you throw Texas on it. And especially for them on the years where the Texas A&M game is supposed to be home game, so you're down to then 4 road and 1 neutral in the conference.
Right.
It's difficult.
No question about it. No question. But I think that guy will be up for the challenge. Like I said, last year, I didn't expect them to even be competitive. They broke the SEC losing streak, the long losing streak. They ended up winning 3 games. There were other games that they could have won down the stretch. I think he's got some really good coaches, and you mentioned Barry Odom and Kendall Briles. I think the future looks pretty bright for Arkansas.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company is located at 111 North Center Street in Collierville. When it comes to boots, they have everything you could possibly imagine, whether it be cowboy boots, be casual, fancy, whether you're maybe looking for hiking boots, work boots, every size, every color. They've got them. They've even got safety-toed tennis shoes. If you want some safety-toed tennis shoes, they've got those as well. OFOS, orthopedic-approved shoes as well. They've got those at Hewlett & Dunn. Then when it comes to clothing, the jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, Kimes Ranch jeans as well. Duckhead dress shirts and Duckhead caps, shorts, and pants. They've got Old South T-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. They've got it all for you at Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. They've been doing it since 1961. Again, located at 111 North Center Street in Collierville. For all those boot needs or clothing, go check them out. They've even got Nebo lights and Orco hard coolers as well, and lots of cowboy hats to choose from at Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, 111 North Center Street in Collierville.
All right, when we come back, we have our weekly 3-man scramble. We need 3 participants this week as you're playing for a $20 gift card to Edwin Watts, but also trying to be in the grand prize drawing at the end of the season for a $100 gift card from Edwin Watts, plus golf around the area. So jump on the phone lines right now. The First Bank phone lines are open at 360-8255. You'll pick one of us, myself, Eli, or Jay. And then if our golfers produce the most money, you're going to get that gift card. If you've already won, you're ineligible. If you've participated and haven't won, you're fine to call in once again. So hit us up now on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255, 901-360-8255, as we'll come back with our three-man scramble and make our picks for the PGA Championship. This is Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 98.5.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
I got Jeff Allen, the Kia man that'll make you happy in your new ride from Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. Jeff, what's the scoop?
The scoop is you got to get to Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah to get a 2021 Kia Forte for just $139 a month. Or how about a 2021 Kia Soul, $179 a month, and a 2021 Kia K5 built in America, $199 per month. All 36-month leases and only $30.49 due at signing.
Plus the industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, and let's not forget West Memphis, Arkansas, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, Forte ME 358 110, MSRP 20,590, Soul M777 6411, MSRP 21960, K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26170, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax, title, and license. With approved credit warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/21. Dealer stock only.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Corrado Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
The summer of fun is here now at Mario's Pools. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Woloshin from Mario's Pools on Exeter Road. That beautiful pool, well, it just doesn't happen. So call Mario, and his team will be right there to guide you every step of the way if you want to do it yourself, or they'll do it for you. If you need a replacement pool liner, Mario has the best price against all the major competitors, and by the way, the best selection. Call Mario's Pools, easy, 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in, so easy, in Germantown on Exeter Road. The great thing about Mario is he always takes that extra step. He gets to know you and your pool. He'll do everything he can to make it perfect. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. You can check out the reviews on Facebook. Don't be a slave to your pool. Call Mario Pools today, 552-3399.
With protection for your motorcycle, boat, and RV, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this indecisive sports talk host.
All right, welcome to the Big Shark Show.
Hey, Big Shark, any predictions for the game tonight?
Well, if you ask me, they are definitely going to win big, but I also think there's a chance they don't win. It's just my gut that they will, or they won't. But I do have a hunch that whatever happens, we will definitely know when it does.
Wait, so...
Either way, they always seem to come up with a big play, or sometimes just a smaller one.
Switch to Progressive today.
Bottom line, they're going to win. Or lose.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a three-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Everyone's watching to see what you do.
Welcome back, everybody. Final half hour for us today here on Middays. Everybody is working for the weekend, but we've only reached hump day. Hope your Wednesday is off to a terrific start. Jay Hasselman joins us in just a moment for a three-man scramble. We still have a spot for one more person. So Next caller at 360-8255. 360-8255 can jump in on our three-man scramble. Again, we make our picks this week for the PGA Championship.
The good news is they're learning, too. Eli is the only one left.
Well, that's good. Good. I'm glad. I've got the first pick this week, though. I do have the first pick. So whether that means anything or not, I don't know. But, yeah, I should be the last pick based on my performance.
Well, it's the do factor.
So you, if you want, I'll tell you right now, if you want Rory McIlroy this week, you could call in right now, 360-8255. I'll tell you right now, I'm picking Rory McIlroy. That will be that you will have Rory to start our picks.
360-8255. Let's bring on Jay Hasselman from Edwin Watts. Hello, Jay.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well. I actually thought I was going to have the first pick, so I had all prepared for Rory
Really?
McIlroy.
You don't know the picking order?
Oh, I forgot what it was last week. It doesn't matter where I pick. I still win, so it doesn't matter. I don't know how. No, seriously, I don't know how I won
last week.
Did I? I don't know how I won last week because Eli, your guys. I think it was your guys. They got off to a great start.
Well, the problem was I made the wrong choice again. I said last week that I was going to go with Matt Kuchar. I decided not to. Had I gone with Matt Kuchar as my third pick, I would have won the week.
Oh, I thought you did go with Kuchar.
No, I did not. I went with Matthew
Yeah, but I
Fitzpatrick.
could say the same thing because I had Sam Burns as one of my top guys. I had Charles Schwartzel. So let's just deal with what we did do, not what we could have done.
Well, this field is absolutely incredible for this week.
Let me say, Greg did win last week, so Cedric was a winner. Congratulations to Cedric. Picks up the $20 gift card to Edwin Watts. It'll be entered into the drawing at the end of the season for a $100 gift card to Edwin Watts, along with some golf from around the area. So, Cedric, you are in the drawing, and congratulations on the win last week. Greg with $414,000. I had $297,000. Jay had $94,000 for the week last week.
What's our totals now?
I think every one of my players made the field, and I still only made no money.
94
Yeah, you had all three. You were the only one that had all three guys make the cut.
Yeah, they all finished like 25th or something.
The most money
30th.
won was $42,000 by John Rahm.
Well, my guy Webb Simpson bailed out before the tournament even took place. What's our total now?
Well, that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, whatever. I can't even remember. I'm telling you, these weeks are all blending. I don't even know what tournament. Who won last week? It was who won the tournament this past week? I know I had Danny Berger. He didn't win. He helped me
some guy
win.
from Asia.
Yeah, K.H. Lee.
K.H. Lee. So what's our totals?
You're at 4.3. Jay's at just under $3 million. I'm at 1.8.
All right, so a lot of money on the line with the PGA Championship. Back to Kiowa Island, South Carolina, in the Ocean Course. We just had last hour Steve Sands on, Jay, from the Golf Channel on NBC, and he talked about ball strikers. Yes, it's the longest PGA Championship course, but if you hit it offline, there's no, what do they call it, the straw, the stop the ball like at Augusta National. There's not a lot of ways to keep the ball in play. It's going to go down to a creek or eventually find its way out of bounds or into
There's
an
just
alligator's
a lot of places
mouth.
to get in trouble around.
A lot of places. Yeah, I marshaled.
I know
here.
Eli's going to be surprised by this, but I've actually played it several times, and it is quite a challenge.
I played last August, and certainly not at the distance they're playing at. But my gosh, it's beautiful. But that wind is such a factor. But I think it's the front nine that's more back there where there's some creeks and things of that nature with the alligators, and then you go full bore ocean.
You go the marsh and ocean on the back now.
But I was the marshal, or I was a marshal when Rory won. So the last time it was there, I marshaled there, and Rory was fantastic. So I can understand why Eli's going to pick him first. But Steve was talking about ball
maybe
strikers.
the fact that he won 2 weeks ago, and
It's
he's in
another
good
factor.
form. I mean, that might have something to do with it too.
Yeah, I don't always know about golf momentum. I mean, Rahm was red hot, and then his wife has the baby, and he hasn't been the same since. And, of course, DJ won the Masters when it was played in November, and he hasn't been that good since. So, I don't know.
But he's hurt, apparently. I mean, he's got that knee problem.
Yeah, I guess so. And then, you have Koepka trying to come back from his situation with injury. I just found out with Simpson, by the way, who's playing in this tournament and hasn't played in a month, he had an injury. So a lot of these guys, no surprise that the way they hit the ball and how hard they hit the ball, that they've had some injuries that they've battled. But there are so many different players here that could could win this darn thing. No question about it. And isn't the PGA Championship the one that you look at and go, if there's going to be a surprise, it's the PGA over the other three majors?
I don't know. I'd probably say the British more so even than the PGA, just simply because so many fluky things can happen with the weather at the British. And you look at the history of winners. I mean, you've got Ben Curtis, Todd Hamilton have won the British.
Yes. Of course, Sean McKeel, PGA, and others that have only the one win.
Right. But you could say the one that the PGA has such a big field, and you've got all those club pros who they're not going to be a factor. So, and historically, it's played at usually the better the golf course, the better the winner. If you think about it, I mean, you don't see bad winners at some of the big places like a Oakmont or a Marion or a Pebble Beach, So, and the PGA usually plays some pretty good courses. So, I don't know. I tend to side with the British having more flukiness than any of them, just because of the weather factor.
I could buy that.
If you look at the recent winners of the PGA, I mean, it's guys who there hasn't been any that you would really. I guess would Jimmy Walker be considered a fluke winner?
Oh yeah, Jimmy Walker. Yeah, but at the time, Eli, I mean, he was the top 10 player in the world at that time. He hasn't done anything since then. He was it Lyme's disease that he got, and he struggled with that for a long time, and he's never really seemed to come back from that. So you could Rich Beam. I mean, he's a little fluky, but at the time Rich Beam won, he was riding this tremendous heater. He just won a tournament out in Colorado, and but yeah, you could argue that both of those guys are pretty fluky. Sean McKeel's fluky. Y.E. Yang.
Y.E. Yang is that's
a pretty fluky winner, especially when you consider that he beat Tiger Woods, which
that's
like nobody ever did back then. I guess you could argue either way.
Like that's still the craziest thing is that the one guy who chased down Tiger when he was leading a major was Y.E. Yang. Like that, of all things in the world that could happen, Y.E. Yang is that guy.
What odds could you have gotten on that one if we had the legal sports betting here in Tennessee and live golf action? You got Tiger Woods in the lead. What you
could have even gotten great odds probably at any point. They update those odds. You probably could have gotten good odds all the way up to like the 70th or 69th hole of that tournament. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just because nobody beat back then. If Tiger was around the lead, you just didn't beat him.
Well, and that's always the thing I bring up with Sean McKeel. You say it's fluky that he won, yes, but he also finished second to Tiger in another one of them. So,
was it the next year? Yeah, he did finish. Yeah, and that's true. But
3 years later, he finished second to Tiger, so he beat all of the humans and only lost to the robot in that year. So
he just won the second flight. Tiger was always going to win the championship flight. It was a question of who won the second flight.
Well, you've also had recently Justin Thomas's only major win is a PGA. Yeah. Right, and we're going back 9 years.
Nobody considering that fluky. No. It's Colin Morikawa's only win too, but we feel like those guys are going to get more.
No, I wasn't. I'm just talking in general here. I've moved on from that topic. I'm just saying you got Justin Thomas. I was getting to the big names. Justin Thomas winning the PGA. Obviously, you have Rory, but you got to go back.
Wins it twice. Rory wins it.
But it was 9 years ago. But again, Rory winning 2 weeks ago, I think, is a big. Now, other names we mentioned, DJ and the injuries, Koepka. DeChambeau is interesting because I brought this up with Steve, and I don't know if Steve knew what the hell I was talking about, but did you see recently Bryson DeChambeau was on Sirius XM radio, and he was talking about UFOs, and he was talking about his own experiences with UFOs. We know now that the government has released all the information, and they have basically confirmed that there are UFOs. Eli.
But didn't Baker Mayfield say the same thing, that he saw one?
Yes. And I have said to Eli for years on this show, I haven't seen anything. But
a UFO, Greg, could be a drone. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a Martian ship. That's the thing about this.
I'm not
who
saying,
knows what it is?
I'm not saying it's a Martian ship, but I think some of those you can count out the drones and things because of the height and what. But I'm just saying that pretty much the government is saying there's something else out there, and that's what Bryson DeChambeau said in his conversation. There is something else that we don't have a grip on of what it is, but it's out there somewhere. And that's what I've always argued here with Eli. We've had this discussion. I believe that there's something else out there.
In the sky that
Do you
are
believe there's
unidentified? Yes. Do I believe it's aliens? No.
I believe there's other beings somewhere. and they're peeking in on us.
You know, with the technology we have, though, it would shock me that we wouldn't have ever seen them or interact. You know, I'm not saying it's not possible. Well, tell me where Sasquatch is, too. I mean,
I'm not saying Sasquatch. I'm not talking about Sasquatch. I'm not talking about the Loch Ness Monster. I'm just saying I think it's kind of, I don't know, I think it's somewhat naive, but it's to think that we're the only ones.
It's a little narrow-minded to think it's not possible.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what we're trying to
but
say.
anyway,
I would agree. Yeah, it is there, but I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I have my doubts.
But that's right up the Shambo's alley, to think outside the box. So what do you think about him? Because we're talking about the longest PGA championship course. However, again, if you're a little squirrely, you're in big trouble. And this guy will try to cut down angles and could get a little squirrely.
Well, and length is not the issue. Even though this golf course is really long like that, it's very fast. So the ball was going to chin. They're not supposed to get any rain, so it's going to be really fast, which makes it even more difficult. And there's no way they're going to play it. I'd be shocked if they play it more than 7,700 yards. And then, I mean, obviously that's a big ballpark, but I mean, the thing can play like 8,000 yards.
Well, yes, it's 70. I think it's 7850 something.
Yeah,
I think
is
what they're
yardage,
listing it. Well, I brought Steve Will Zalatoris. And I didn't know what he was talking about, but I figured I knew it, but I thought maybe he was talking about sort of the tightness of some of the holes. But Will Zalatoris said at a practice round he had hit 3-iron, I think 3 or 4 times on the back nine alone into greens.
I saw a video of Max Homa hitting a driver into 18. That's a par 4.
What?
And he hits it. Max Homa's not long, but he hits it over 300 yards off the tee. I mean, that's crazy. And he didn't get there. He was short of the green into driver. I mean,
if Zalatoris is hitting 3-irons into greens, on almost half the holes on the back nine.
It's going to be fun to see that too,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of places where they're going to get to hit some short and middle irons, and you've got to take advantage of those. But the par 3s are, 2 of them are really big. And they're so hard. It's cool. But the other thing is too, there's a lot of room. The fairway may only be 35 yards wide, but the area they've got to play into is like 55 yards because the rough is playable. They would say, I was listening last night a little bit, and they said the rough is only at like 3 inches right now, which is very playable. But it just makes the second shot that much more difficult. But I don't think it's depending on the wind, I don't know. You're going to see a lot of guys hitting it in the hazards a whole lot. On the back nine, you may, especially if the wind starts coming off the ocean. It's on some of those holes like 12 and 13. But to watch them hit 3 and 4 irons to me is going to be cool. You never see that.
Yeah, heck, they're normally hitting like 8 and 9 irons anymore into par 5s.
And par 5s, par 5s are hitting 6s and 5 irons. The only time you see them hit a 3-iron is usually if it's off the tee.
I think there are a lot of. I know this is. We say it all the time with the majors, but I really do believe there are a lot of guys that can win this thing this week. A lot of guys.
For sure.
This is difficult. This is really
difficult. And this is one of those, too, that you could get like a morning tee time Friday or Saturday and it happens to be calm, and then it could blow like crazy in the afternoon. This could be a quirky thing, too, where, the guy that plays the best just gets a cruddy tee time and has to play in some crazy wind and, just can't overcome it. Because you can't win it on Thursday or Friday, but you can sure shoot yourself right out of it if you're not careful.
All
right. Well, I already told you I'm picking first. So it's Jay, your pick.
Oh, man, I want to pick Dustin Johnson, but I can't do it. I'm going to pick Jordan Spieth.
Okay.
Going for that career slam.
Wouldn't that be cool to see, too? I mean, you hate to say somebody deserves something, but Jordan Spieth, man, he seems like such a good kid. And I was listening to something the other day. They were talking about how they were talking about when he was young and what a good class act kid he is. The guy was talking about beating him in the President's Cup. He holed a shot out of the bunker to beat him in the singles when he was 19 years old. And he said Jordan just walked up and shook his hand and, no surliness or nothing. Just so I got to admire that kid for that.
All right, so I'm going to take Justin Thomas. I'm not thrilled with it, but he's still one of the top 3-4 players out
if you
there.
talk about ball strikers, I mean, he is the epitome of a ball striker.
Yeah, I'm going to take him. And the second one, I think I'm going to go with Victor Hovland.
I like that pick, actually. That was who I was going to pick, Greg, so I hope you do poorly. I'm going to take Mark Leishman.
Yeah, he was on my list, too. High on my list.
He's a win player.
Yeah, that's kind of what, and firm and fast like this. I mean, it's what he grew up on in Australia, so hopefully it'll channel well.
All right.
There's no good players left, Eli.
I know.
Number one in the world, Brooks Koepka, John Rahm.
Take a club pro. Take a club pro, Eli. Come on.
I want to take DJ because I just feel like this all of a sudden DJ could come out of nowhere and win.
You got
this
two
thing.
picks. You can take him with one of them.
I
don't know if you know how this deal works.
I do. I actually do. I've figured it out over the years.
I said to Eli before, during the last commercial break, I said, is this going to be the first time that I can remember that nobody takes DJ? I go, because I'm not taking him. And now, look, he's
Well, I can tell you this, if Eli doesn't take him.
Oh, you're going to take him?
Yeah.
I mean, Steve was talking about his injury, that he's not 100%.
I'm not going to take him.
Wasn't there a guy that won a U.S. Open on a broken leg one time?
I think so.
He was not a human being, though. He was different.
That's true.
He was an animal, I believe.
He was a UFO.
Feline.
Yeah, he came down. That's what the D-Shape was talking about with his interaction with the UFOs. That was Tiger Woods, who's an alien. I'm going to take Xander Schauffele, and I'm going to
scar tissue.
I'm going to take a little flyer here. The guy who played well on this course the last time it was there. Finished in a tie for third.
You've already got him. He finished first.
I know. I'm taking a guy who tied for third, and he's been playing well.
Spit it out.
Recently, I'm taking Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley, who played really well recently. You're right.
He's also a ball striker. I mean, that's actually
He's got a PGA Championship win. Finished tied for third on this course. Playing well recently. I'm going with him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he was gone for a long time. Like, I mean, he was there, but he was not playing well, and then he's found his game. So. Yeah, that's an interesting pick, Keegan Bradley.
I really want to lie and take John Rahm, but I'm taking DJ. I got to.
You're going to take DJ.
I couldn't live with myself if he won and I didn't take him. Paulina's going to run out in that short dress. I mean, are you kidding me? She'd be so inappropriately dressed. It would be fantastic.
She's like the sun, man. You just quick look and you look away. You can't just stare at her.
You have to.
It's like the sun.
You'll burn your eyes.
Exactly.
If you don't.
All right, so the last pick belongs to me, and I am going to take – Steve liked him. Everybody online likes him, and he helped me to a win last week. Back-to-back good performances, strong performances by Danny Berger.
Yeah.
You're not enamored with that one,
he could shine
huh?
on a big stage. I think Daniel Berger could shine on a big stage. I think he's got enough gumption and enough self-confidence that he's not afraid of the moment.
Yeah, we left out some big names. Obviously, we left out DeChambeau and Rahm.
John Rahm. Of course, Sam Burns, who's playing amazing right now.
Morikawa, Finau.
Yeah.
Cam Smith. A lot of people like Cam Smith.
I worry about him, though. The guys that play like a high left to right shot, this is a tough golf course for those
You're
guys.
right. You're right about that. Nobody took Zalatoris, who's another Steve Sands.
But it's hard to take him. Of course, you know, the Masters did good, but this is a different beast than Augusta National.
All right. So what? By the way, Gabe, what was the picking order?
Sure, it was you, me, then Eli.
I actually went Jay, then you, Greg, then Eli.
All right. So Jay first, me second, Eli third. And what's our teams again, Eli?
I've got Rory, Schauffele, and Keegan Bradley. You've got Jay's got Spieth, Leishman, and Dustin Johnson, and Greg has Thomas, Hovland, Berger.
All right, Jay, it's going to be a fun week, and a lot of folks are going to head on over to Edwin Watts. What's going on there?
Yeah, hey, look, I'm actually going to give a little shout-out to a friend of mine. Harold Moss puts on a big tournament for Make-A-Wish. You guys, I think, used to be involved in it. And it's coming up May 27th. This is going to be their 10th time. And he gives away some awesome prizes. It is unbelievable what all he gives away. So, you know, I'm not sure this one may be full up, but he does it every year. So, you know, it's something. It's a great cause, Make-A-Wish. I mean, who doesn't want to help kids? So I just wanted to give him a shout-out. He does a lot of work for this thing. I mean, he works on it all year, and he's actually been really good to us. And we've gotten some prizes with him. And, man, I just want to give him a shout-out and tell him to keep up the good work and keep helping the kids.
Yeah, he's a terrific guy.
Great tournament.
Good stuff,
Jay. A couple of iPads out there. They give away like
flat
3 or 4
screen
TVs every year. It's crazy.
He got like 4 or 5 Scotty Cameron putters. He bought several sets of irons. I mean, he gives away a ton of cool stuff.
Wow.
So it's a good one to play in. If I know everybody's only got so many of these things they can play in, but if you could play in this one, it's a good one.
All right, go visit Jay over at Edmond Watch. Jay, enjoy the golf. We'll talk about it next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.
You too. All right, we'll take one final timeout, come back and put a wrap on this Wednesday edition of Middays on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 98.5.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Did you know Willis Carrier invented the modern air conditioning system in 1902? Since then, a lot has changed, but one thing that hasn't is being comfortable in your home. Choate's prides itself in creating the most comfort possible with each one of our customers' HVAC systems we install. We believe the best system on the market today is the Carrier Infinity System. This system has the ability to save up to 50% or more on your utilities compared to your existing HVAC system and is tailored to enhance your comfort with its state-of-the-art green speed technology. Right now, Carrier is offering up to 72 months, no interest financing, or rebates of up to $1,650 on a new Carrier Infinity system. Don't miss this limited time offer to have a more comfortable home and save money on your utility bills. Give us a call today at 347-8086 or visit us at ChoatesHVAC.com for more information. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
With protection for your motorcycle, boat, and RV, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this indecisive sports talk host.
All right, welcome to the Big Shark Show.
Hey, Big Shark, any predictions for the game tonight?
Well, if you ask me, they are definitely going to win big, but I also think there's a chance they don't win. It's just my gut that they will, or they won't, but I do have a hunch that whatever happens, we will definitely know when it does.
Wait, so...
Either way, they always seem to come up with a big play, or sometimes just a smaller one.
Switch to Progressive today.
Bottom line, they're going to win. Or lose.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Gossett Kia on Covington Pike is celebrating Memorial Day all month long, and we can put you in a new Kia for less than $5 a day. 2021 Kia Forte, $139 a month. 2021 Kia Soul, $179 a month. And 2021 Kia K5, built in America, $199 a month. All 36-month leases, only $3,049 to its signing. Plus, peace of mind you can trust with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Forte, $139 a month lease. Soul, $179 a month lease. K5, $199 a month lease. So hurry to Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Zero security deposit, $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte ME 358110, MSRP 20,590. Sold M777 6411, MSRP 21960. K5 MG 005197, MSRP 26170. Includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Now, back to Sports 56 Middays. Here once again are Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
It's a cold wet December day, and we touch the ground at JFK. Snow was melting on the ground. Yes, I heard the sound of an angel.
All right, so Chris tonight, do they win and do they cover?
Yes.
I think they win by 6. Gabe?
I'll take a win. What's the spread?
4.
4. I'll take the cover too. I'll take the cover.
If you think they're going to win, in all likelihood, they're going to cover a 4-point spread. I think they win by double digits.
I hope you're right.
Time now for one final thing.
Before Greg and Eli get out of here for the day, they each have one final thing they think you should know to make it through the rest of your day. So here are Greg and Eli with one final thing.
All right, since we talked a lot of golf today with Steve Sands, we just made our picks with Jay Hasselman for the PGA Championship. A golf story to wrap it up for me. Steve Stricker has been in touch with Tiger Woods about being a vice captain on his U.S. Ryder Cup team this fall. And though it's too early to say whether Woods can be a part of the team in person, it's clear the captain wants him there. Stricker, speaking in advance of the PGA Championship in Kiowa Island yesterday, said, or actually earlier today, I've talked to him. I don't know if we are there yet to commit to him being there. He's still got a lot going on, and his spirits are great, though, as of late. We were on a Zoom call with him just last week, and he seems like he's in a better place. He's still got some ways to go. I would guess if he decides to do this, if he's healthy enough to do this, this will be the first time that we see Tiger Woods at a golf course.
I would think so, probably. I was just happened to be looking at the matchups today in Major League Baseball. All 30 teams in action, 15 games. The starting pitchers today, of the 30 starting pitchers starting in Major League Baseball today, 7 of them have a no-hitter to their name.
Wow.
7 pitchers with a no-hitter, a combined 9 total no-hitters among those pitchers. You got Joe Musgrove going today, Lucas Giolito, Wade Miley, John Means, Max Scherzer, Jake Arrieta, and Clayton Kershaw, who have all thrown no-hitters in their career. There's also 5 Cy Young Award winners on the mound today. So it's a heck of a lineup of pitchers going today around Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they'll all throw gems or even one will throw a gem, but the odds say that there probably will be some great pitching performances today. We want to thank our terrific guests today, Steve Sands from the Golf Channel on NBC, Arkansas Razorbacks head football coach Sam Pittman, and, of course, Jay Hasselman from Edwin Watts. If you missed any of our interviews, we'll have them up on the Middays podcast on the website at sports56whbq.com. And I think Gabe will put up the Sam Pittman interview on featured audio, so you can check that out separately from the podcast. But if you want to come back and listen to our show or any of the shows, check them out on the website. Tomorrow, SEC Shorts actor and creator Joshua Sneed. If you're an SEC fan, you have seen these things. They are hysterical, and Joshua Sneed's going to join us. Also, Colin Ward Henninger on the NBA among our guests. We got 2.5 questions as well, and we'll talk a lot about the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Hopefully, the Grizzlies season will be continuing after tonight. Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio is coming up next, so stay tuned for that. For Eli Savoy and Gabe Kuhn, I'm Greg Gaston. Enjoy the rest of your hump day, everybody.
Like it or not.